Sorry.
What? I'm not restarting it.
I know. Hi, welcome. Sorry, I'm like caught off guard because some weird stuff happened right before all this started. Welcome to the wrap-up episode for Corn version. I hope you're ready to listen to rapid fire Pokemon because we got our second.
We found a man on the side of the road and we asked him about his opinions.
Pretty much.
So what are your opinions? Make them quick.
Pokemon's alright.
Alright. That was the man from the side of the road.
Oh my god.
Nah, I'm back.
Ah, dang it. I thought we got rid of him.
We bullied him back into the podcast. Well, actually, I lured him with a gift.
I wouldn't even call it that.
It's true.
To be fair,
He put it under a basket with like the stick propping it up.
Yeah, it was a laundry basket too.
Like, here's a Gengar. Here's a Gengar.
Yeah. It was great.
Yeah.
Now I finally had my Pokemon I wanted to share.
Alright, well, hop to it.
Okay.
Please don't tell me one of them's Hoppip.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, how did we hop it?
He was here for
I gave
Gen-
my Gen 2 list.
I know, I was making a joke.
I was here
damn
for Gen 3 as
it.
well.
For fuck's sake. I was making
Alright.
a joke.
Gen 4. Number 1, Glade. Because it's a better Gardevoir.
Okay.
Sure.
I like them both.
Number 2, Garchomp. It's my favorite dragon type.
Are you just reading Phil's list?
Am I really?
Hang on. We
No,
need to...
number 3 is not going to be in either of you guys' list.
You don't know that.
I mean, unless you watched the episode.
I didn't watch all of it.
No.
I get like 20 minutes in and I'm done.
Oh. We're that boring?
No. I mean, that's just... I know what you guys are going to talk about. I'm in a lot of these episodes.
You mean you're in 2 of them? Out of 8.
Not Pokemon. I mean, videos on the channel. Magnezone.
Hey!
Alright, yeah.
Oh,
Alright,
no.
no, nobody...
was
You
close.
guys had Magneton.
Yeah. He had Magneton. I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I'm not a
you guys
clown.
did. Number 4, Spiritomb. I
Oh.
love Spiritomb. Its design, its type.
It sucks getting it, but okay.
It does suck getting it, but it's an awesome
At least in
Pokemon.
Gen 4 it did.
Number 5, I know that this was on Phil's list. I didn't even watch it up to this point, but I know it's on his list. Lucario.
Oh, well, yeah, of course you do, because we keep making jokes at my expense.
Number 6.
God, you sent, like, the worst fan art. And I don't mean
Don't worry,
worst.
we'll get to that.
And not worst as in bad. Worst as in, like, it made me uncomfortable.
I've seen worse, honestly.
Yeah,
Well,
that's not
it
even
is
bad.
worse.
I've
but,
been on... No, I mean things that would make you even more uncomfortable.
no, but, like, there's... If it gets too graphic... It just bounces off of me. The problem was that it was subtle.
graphic.
No, that's the problem. It was subtle.
It wasn't
I just
subtle,
dropped it.
though.
It was.
It kind of was. I just dropped it.
It was.
We were talking about furries.
Yes.
Oh,
anyway.
no.
All right.
That's gonna get us flagged.
Well, don't worry. I already,
No, most people don't get to this point in the video.
that is true.
Except for Phil.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing because I'm a jackass and I love my own voice. Anyway, continue.
All right, number 6, my second legendary,
Oh.
Darkrai.
Wow, you didn't pick any Pokemon that I picked.
Mm.
That's amazing.
I think Darkrai, in terms of design and like, what's the term, like lore?
But did you like its pointy legs in the movie?
Nah, I was hoping somebody bring
Okay,
that out.
in the anime, I really like Tobias.
That guy's a cheater. He just strolls in with a Latios.
I
Like,
didn't-
yo, what's
I
up?
didn't like. Okay, bad term. I didn't like him, but he's just reminds you of one of those kids that shows up in like Pokemon tournaments.
I
that
brought him Mewtwo. I'm gonna curve stomp
just-
y'all.
Literally, yes. That's who he is. Who just sweeps you with legendaries. When the legendary
But
the
he's
setting
also.
to use legendaries is on.
But I feel like he's also the guy who wouldn't EV train them. He'd just look at them and be like, "Yep, that guy's got a high stat total."
But yeah, in terms of lore and everything about Darkrai, about how he's just the nightmare Pokemon, I really like Darkrai and his design.
Cool.
All right, Gen 5.
Yay.
My least favorite generation.
You're weird.
It's where I fell off.
Gasp.
But I will admit it peaked at Gen 5. Pokemon did.
Gasp.
Agree.
All right, number 1, Excadrill. One of the
Yeah.
best steel types.
Oh, look, another one of Phil's Pokemon.
Fuck yeah, it's my first one too.
I'm pretty sure I one-shotted it in the tournament.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's frail. I understand that. It's got a lot of HP.
I also have a really fast Cinderace. Number 2, Hydragon.
Okay.
It's a German Pokemon.
Did I put that one on there? I don't think I put that one on there.
You didn't put Dino or Zweilous?
I don't think I did.
Okay,
I mean,
well, I put Hydragon. That's why I laughed.
No, I did not pick any of them.
Really?
Okay.
I like that Pokemon because it's German for 1, 2, and 3. Ein, zwei, drei. I took German, so I know that.
I like it because it's a Hydra.
I would have preferred it if it was yellow and looked like King Ghidorah.
Well, it is green if it's shiny.
Yeah, but that's not yellow.
Yeah.
Or gold.
True. All right. Number 3. One of the best bug types ever. Volcarona.
Are you just reading Phil's list?
Kind of. We have the same opinions.
Yeah.
Number 4. It's one of my mains in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Darmanitan.
Oh, yeah, no.
I don't have a Zen mode Darmanitan, though, and I kind of want one.
You can get one in black and white, too.
Yeah. Number 5, I think it's probably one of the best designs in Gen 5.
Cling Clang. Sorry.
Yes, Kling Clang.
Wait, was it actually Kling Clang?
No.
Oh, thank
if
God.
it was, that'd have been funny. Crocodile.
Oh.
It's literally
Okay,
wearing
there's something
sunglasses.
there's something I picked, except I picked Sandile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
It's a dark type, too. It's a crocodile.
I used one.
Mm-hmm. And, surprise, surprise, another steel type. You guys want to guess what it is?
Bisharp.
No.
Damn. Cling Clang.
Uh,
I don't know who else is steel type.
No. It's really good at setting up.
Ferris Thorn.
Yes.
Oh, Ferrothorn. I almost put it on there, but it felt disingenuous.
You didn't put Zoroark on your list?
No, but I do also like Zoroark.
Okay.
All right. God, I fucking struggled for this list.
Oh, dude, I did too. Don't worry.
Because there's like a handful of Pokemon.
Yeah, there's like 70 of them.
I thought there was less than that. I thought there was like 60.
No, I think it's like 72.
Yeah. No.
Because we didn't we make the term that we couldn't use Megas?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
But
could
that
use
doesn't
Megas in
change-
Gen 6. Because,
Unless it's a Mega Gen 6 Pokemon.
Yeah, the one of them.
yeah.
Mega Diancie.
But,
I think that was the only Mega Gen 6 Pokemon.
yeah.
Alright, number 1, I think, on all of our lists. Greninja.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
obvious reasons. Protean.
I mean, how do you not?
Best water. Well, in my opinion, it's the best water starter. Next to Feraligatr.
It's the only water starter in Ubers, so yeah. It's the only water starter that made it to Ubers, so it's the best. It's not the... Although Blaziken is objectively the best starter completely, because it's the only one that has stayed in Ubers.
And Speed Boost.
Well, yeah, that's why it's in Ubers.
Turns it into a sweeper. Number 2, Talonflame.
Hey, finally, something from my list that's exclusive to my list.
Mostly because
Yes.
of Gale Wings.
Yeah, something from my list, exclusively from my list.
All
I
right.
used it to take out a Gengar once.
Number 3, because it says 2 of my favorite types. H/.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Klefki.
Klefki is awful. Can we just admit that?
No,
No.
It's a
Klefki,
pair of keys.
Klefki is on the
It's
list.
more than a pair. It's actually a keychain.
It's a key ring.
Key ring, yeah. I couldn't
Whatever.
think of the term for some reason. Number 4, this is when I was really starting to, nitpick the Pokemon. I just could not think of any, but then I love the evolutions, so I had to go with Sylveon. Even though I really don't like the fairy type at all.
I love fairy. I just don't like most of the fairy Pokemon.
I like the ones that were retroactively turned into fairies.
Because it's the only good ones. The Fable's amazing.
Klefki's good. Klefki's on the list.
You said only the retroactively changed ones.
And then you said, yeah, those are the only good ones.
Because
I'm contradicting your contradiction of my contradiction.
You know what? Let's move on. Keep going.
Alright, number 5, Halucha.
Alright, yeah.
Is that an original one?
No.
You had that one too?
Yeah!
Well, there's only so many Pokemon.
Yeah, but you keep consistently naming Phil's, not
I didn't
mine.
watch Gen 6 either. I didn't watch that video at all.
Well, that's fun.
Wasn't it the first fighting flying type?
Yeah.
It might have been.
Yeah.
I just like it. It's a Lucha Libre.
Yes, our most famous video.
Yeah. And then number 6, Tyrantrum.
That's also on my list.
God damn it! I was gonna put Goodra, but I knew he was gonna rip me apart for it.
You should have watched the video because we make a joke about Tyrantrum at your expense.
Yeah.
I like Head Smash. It's a good move.
It is. I mean, it was.
If you got Rockhead.
It was good on Rampardos.
All right, you're gonna love my Gen 7 list.
Oh, I can't wait.
I know we already have. We might have 2 Pokemon actually. Lycanroc.
Yep.
It's preferably Midnight.
Okay, that's not me. I like the.
I like the Midnight Lycanroc.
I just like the wolf. I don't need the werewolf in my life.
Okay, this might not be it. Number 2, Minior. Preferably shiny Minior.
Yeah, no, that is a Pokemon I forgot
Okay, not to
about.
get specific because we might have the same list.
No, I that is a Pokemon I forgot about. I forget that it exists.
Number 3, Incineroar. I like Incineroar a lot.
Well, I mean, he's still staying off my list, so we're
What are
good.
you talking about?
Incineroar's not on my list.
How is it not on your list?
Because we got 6 other Pokemon on my list.
Oh my god. That's weird.
Number 4, Buzzwole.
Wow.
I like Buzzwole. He's cool. You telling me that's not a cool looking
No,
Ultra Beast?
he's stupid.
I like him. He's cool.
He's a buff mosquito.
That's not awesome. He's buff as shit.
He skipped leg day.
He did. I know. It's the most buff Pokemon. He's more buff than Machamp.
Dude, I fucking forgot to even consider the Ultra Beasts.
I looked at that. And
I put one Ultra Beast on mine.
Well, yeah, it's the only one that matters.
It's probably gonna be an all first. Number 5 is Guzzlord.
Yeah.
There we go.
We're all wrong, but that's fine.
Number 6, even though I got swept with it, I got one of my own now. Marshadow.
Yeah.
Marshadow's awesome. You gotta admit, it's one of the best looking mythicals.
It's
fine.
It's top tier.
It's fine.
It's cool. I like it.
It's
How many good mythicals are there actually?
Yes.
I will admit Arceus is bad.
I like Celebi.
Celebi's cool.
I
Jirachi's pretty bad.
I don't like Celebi's
I
arms.
like Jirachi.
Celebi has fucked up arms in the art. Like they start off small and then they get like really thick and then they get really small.
They don't get that thick.
They get thick enough that it's noticeable.
Whatever.
It looks stupid. I hate it.
It's part of it being grass type. Just deal with it.
No, I refuse.
It travels through time.
I don't care what it does.
It's awesome.
All right.
It's a weed.
It's an onion.
An onion weed.
It does look like an onion.
It is an onion.
Is it really?
I don't know.
It's grass.
It dries out.
Based on one. Oh yeah.
I remember when it dried out in the anime movie. It looked like an onion.
Pretty much. All right, let's move on to Gen 8.
Gen 8, number 1. In my opinion, it's the best Gen 8 Pokemon. Toxtricity.
Hey, something on my list.
Oh.
Number 2, Grimmsnarl.
Ew.
Mostly Gigantamax Grimmsnarl.
Ew.
It's
no.
hairy.
It's
I
gross.
like Grimmsnarl.
No, its entire line is gross and bad.
I'm not
You don't
a
like
fan.
Impidimp?
No, I hate Impidimp.
Impidimp is...
I don't understand why it got like so much hype. It looks awful.
Yeah, I know.
It's like hot pink and gross.
Yeah, that's not great.
I don't mind it. Okay, I can maybe understand its base design and like Grimmsnarl's base design, but I like Gigantamax Grimmsnarl.
I don't know what it looks like and I don't care.
It's like really tall.
That's literally it. Its hair grew.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I was waiting for the joke. Well, of course, it's a Gigantamax Pokemon, but like.
No.
No.
All right, number 3, Dracovish. Because it's a very powerful abomination.
Oh yes, the fossils.
Yeah.
We
all forgot. I was sitting there and I was like, huh, the fossils. Yeah, those existed.
I was wondering where Game Freak was thinking about the fossils for this gen.
So that's an
abomination.
actual thing.
It was an actual thing that old archaeologists would do to outdo each other. They would just combine bones together and make it up.
Yeah, and say, yes, look what I have found. This eldritch horror.
It's why the Brontosaurus doesn't actually exist. It's made up. It's a Patasaurus.
Number 4, I got Dragapult. Yeah. Super fast.
That it is.
And it's a ghost type.
Also.
Guess it's other type. It's in its name.
Yep.
Steel.
Yes. Pult type.
Pult?
It's Pult type.
Pult, I'm pretty sure, means skin, so...
Ew. Wait, what?
A catapult... Wait, no, or maybe cata means skin. And pult means... The whole point of a catapult was actually that it would penetrate through leather armor.
Huh. Learn something new every day.
Yep. So original catapults were more like fuck, what's the name of it? The giant crossbows that you put.
Trebuchet?
No, a trebuchet launch. That's.
I don't know what we're talking. I don't know anything about weapons.
It's the thing you use on fucking Pursuer. You would know.
Is that not a trebuchet?
No.
I know what you're like.
Crossbow?
It starts with a B. That's what I know.
Ballista.
Yes. Thank you.
Also known as a trebuchet.
No.
I'm gonna retroactively make that a thing.
Jesus Christ. All right. Let's move on.
All right.
This is the wrong podcast for this argument.
Number 5, Surfetched.
Yeah.
Because it made the Farfetch'd line not bad anymore.
That is true.
Especially if you give it a leak.
Doesn't that...
It makes it... It's kind of like a scope lens.
Oh.
Except I think it makes him stronger.
But then he doesn't float in water.
Hang on. I'll look it up.
If you put a leak in him, he's not going to float in water.
Surfetch was also leaked. So...
No, yeah. It's not the leak. It's the stick, I believe.
I think it is the leak.
No, it's
I'm like
not.
99% sure it's the leak.
Leak does not exist as an item.
Yes, it does. Look it up right now.
Stick. It's called stick. When I looked up leak, it gave me large leak. Leak is not an item.
I'm pretty sure that says leak.
Okay, can I see it?
Stick.
Yeah, that's a leak.
Well, it is a leak, but it says stick.
It says species specific.
Yes, it is.
So it's a leak.
All it does is boost its critical hit ratio. You are correct.
I was right about the item, just not the name.
Yeah, because that's why I said...
That's why he had to school you.
I didn't want to school you.
Okay,
I
don't know everything about Pokemon.
We've noticed. Hey, got him.
I don't claim to know everything. I don't want to know everything.
There's too many things to know.
That's true. Number 6 is Berserker.
Okay, so let
Whoa.
me explain what's wrong with your list. It does not include Phalanx.
Yes.
So your list is wrong, and you had to go home and redo it.
Did we have any other in common?
I don't know. I mean, I had Sobble, you had Inteleon, so...
Yeah, I didn't know if you had Corviknight on there.
No, I don't have Corviknight.
Alright, yeah, no, but Phalanx...
Maybe I didn't want the same list as you guys.
That is a lie. You have copied much of my lists.
It's true.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose!
But regardless.
I can't believe Aaron's secretly watching the podcast.
Oh my god. Alright, well...
Phalanx might have been like 6 or 7, maybe 8.
It couldn't have been 6. It wasn't on your list.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, that's right, we have 6.
Pick 6 for reasons.
It could have been maybe 2.
Alright, well, so... I guess I just wanted to start the wrap-up to kind of explain, like, why I came up with this, because what it initially started as was me literally making these lists. And I was fascinated by what popped up and what I saw and how much it really revealed things that I probably already knew, but was still fun regardless. And I thought, it'd be fun to get the chance to kind of gush about all these games except for Gen 6. Because I don't like X and Y. Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are nice. Did you know that they don't refer to Gen 6 as XY? They refer to it as Zoraz.
Huh.
But they don't refer to Gen 4 as Heart Gold Soul Silver, despite the fact that I'm pretty sure those games came out last. They refer to that as DPP, Diamond Pearl Platinum. So X and Y are so bad that even the official people on Smogon call it Oraz for Gen 6.
Sure. I don't go on Smogon.
I use Smogon for like EV spreads and
I
strategy.
didn't even use them for that when I was doing it.
Well,
I was using Bulbapedia for everything.
I was using Cerebi.
I use Cerebi for like, I want to find where something is. Bulbapedia is more like, well, let me find out the movesets, and then I will make something from that.
I also use Pokemon Database from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you were saying about this podcast.
So I guess I didn't have a completely formulated intended purpose, but I was interested to see where it would go. And I think the most interesting thing for me was how much it just showed, like, how much I really love this series and how much I treasure almost every single game and every experience that I've had playing it, each one. And I will go back and play... I haven't gone back to play Sun and Moon, which is kind of sad. I just haven't wanted to.
Yeah, I think it'd be alright.
You're just too afraid to find Earthquake. That's all it is.
I booted up that game at one point. It was still like, where the... I was in a cave, and I was like, where the fuck is it? But, yeah, no, just... I mean, honestly, it's Gens 1 through 5 that just have my heart, and will never let it go.
So wait, how are you breathing right now?
We're holding it gently. It's fine.
You don't breathe with your heart, you breathe with your lungs.
Yes, but, you know, the heart beats all the things, and, you know, like, you take that out, you're dead.
I mean, not right away.
But mostly.
Do you want to experiment?
I mean, we could try.
Okay.
Let's not get into secret Aztec... Well, not secret. Let's not get into Aztec rituals.
You heard it here.
But if one of us dies, maybe Gen 4 remakes will come out. And
we'll find out next week.
And we'll get Heart Gold, Soul Silver again.
They're not going to talk about it. I have no hope for the idea that Gen 4 remakes are going to be anywhere near the quality of the Gen 2 ones.
Everybody wants them, but I don't think they're going to be that great.
I don't want them.
I think they're
I don't care about Diamond
They're going to be
Pearl
worse than
all.
ORS.
I love Diamond and Pearl. And the biggest problem is that the experience isn't going to be the same because they're going to be 3D.
And they're going to put more fire types in, and that's not good.
Well, I mean...
You only want to get to the Elite Four with Rapidash?
You know what's sad? Gen 3 also has a dearth of fire types.
Yeah,
something that I never even thought about.
Because it's all water types in that game.
Well, I mean, it's mostly water, as IGN would tell us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I didn't even think about that. It's like, yeah, no, there's Numel, there's your starter, there's Torkoal.
Oh boy, Torkoal.
I'm trying to there's more.
Groudon isn't fire type yet, so he doesn't count.
There's Groudon's a fire type?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fire ground.
Fire ground. And it's immune to water. Just fucked up.
That's awesome. What do you mean that's fucked up?
You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Wow.
Shows how much I played Gen 6.
Okay,
Guess how long
let's
it's been.
see. Any other fire types up in here?
You want to? Are you looking in the regional Pokedex?
I'm looking in
What is Primal
the
Kyogre
Gen 3
do?
Pokemons. I want to see all the new fire types they added.
Just Drizzle?
Just it's Forever Rain, like the old Drizzle.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's the reason why Primal Groudon is better.
It also
Primal
negates
Kyogre,
fire attacks.
which is worthless.
Yeah, no, they added Numel and Torkoal and your starter.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they've got else in the regional decks.
Well, I can look up the regional decks.
I mean, they added so many fire types. So many. You know, for the team that was fire-based.
Well, the only reason I brought it up was because King K did a retrospective on it, and he was making a Sunny Day team, and he was like, there's not a lot of fire types. And I was like, I never even thought about that. Because when I don't use Blaziken, I don't pick up a fire type. And I never even thought about that.
I'm one of those people that never uses more than one of the same type.
Same here.
Unless it's like, let's say you got 2 flying types, but one of those other types is pointless.
Oh, Slug was there too.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
So they put all the slow fire types in.
Yeah.
Except Blaziken.
And Blaziken's not that fast.
Not until Gen
5.
5.
Wait.
Somewhere.
Yeah, its hidden ability was released in Gen 5. I know that. Oh wait, no, Vulpix.
Oh boy, Vulpix!
Yeah,
Where's
fucking
Vulpix?
Ninetales.
Oh boy.
You find it at the cemetery. Mountain.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mount
yeah.
Pyre or whatever.
Yeah.
Right there.
Because it's called Pyre.
But I don't...
Pyro.
So
Also,
instead,
there's an
you use a
orb.
Salamence with Flamethrower. That's the lesson we learned.
Yeah, why use a fire type when you can just use a dragon type?
I want stab.
Well, I mean...
Then use Blaziken.
I'm already No, I'm using Swampert.
Yeah, but there's so many water types. Why does he even need Swampert?
But Swampert is good. He's got, like, moves.
Swampert is actually really good.
He's got the moves.
I was impressed by how good Swampert was, and then hilarious. And I got to laugh hysterically at how bad Sceptile is.
And then you put the Megas in there, and Mega Swampert just is way too good.
It's very
Earthquake's the living hell out of everything.
And it gets Swift Swim. You know. Just Swampert barreling at you at 100 miles per hour. What are you gonna do?
Giant arms.
Stab Earthquake, stab Waterfall. Also, you're getting that the rain boost for Waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Oh, here comes fucking Ice Punch. Take care of all your grass types. And then Protect.
Yep.
So you can,
Mega Evolve.
Yeah. That was my Swampert loadout. It was great.
In Gen 7, you wouldn't even have to use Protect, because as soon as you Mega Evolved, you get your current speed.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Which is why you should fucking battle my bird team.
No.
You suck. I want to test it out. I made it, and I'm proud of it.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, I'm proud of it to the extent that I made it. It was the first team I ever made in Showdown. It would literally take you, like, a couple minutes to make it.
Yeah, I know, but that's a couple minutes I don't want to spend.
You are ridiculous.
Do you know how lazy I am? Absurdly.
Yeah, and yet I watch you push yourself through shit games, and I don't understand.
Yeah.
Name one.
I could name 20.
Godzilla?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Trails of Cold Steel.
Trails of Cold Steel is not shit.
I don't know what that is.
It's an 80-hour RPG that you can finish in like 10 if you just skip all the cutscenes.
That's fantastic.
80 hours to 10? Jesus.
Yeah, no. So I'm gonna get really off topic here while you do whatever you're doing.
I was just looking at the decks. I'm done.
But yeah, no. First run through is probably about 80 hours. Then you go to New Game Plus and you just speed through everything in 10 hours.
Well, but that's a New Game Plus run. That's different.
Still though.
Yeah.
Still.
I mean,
it's real good. There's a huge time shift between one run to the next. And then you have to wait 20 hours to get the 100-hour trophy.
You just leave it on.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did 2 complete runs and then a third almost complete run. And then I waited 20 hours. It was fantastic. Mm-hmm. It sucked. Yeah. Anyway, back to Pokemon.
Yeah.
The other JRPG.
Yeah. Yeah, no, just help reinforce, just the whole podcast just helped reinforce my love for the series and my continued, like, I think I said it even in the Gen 6 podcast. If I went back to play X and Y, I'd probably have a decent time. Because, like, I went back to Oraz and to beat the entire game with a Pelipper, and that was fun.
Was it, though? Was it really?
I don't think I got fun.
I killed Primal Groudon with a Pelipper, which was real awkward when I forgot about how Desolate Land works. I was immune to Precipice Blades. That was nice. But I went to choose Scald, and I went, oh shit.
It just made the water hotter. I can't believe it.
See, what you got to do is
use Rain Dance.
Ability swap.
How would that help?
Does Pelipper learn it?
If only it did.
But how would that?
Then, what
does that?
Okay,
that doesn't help the situation.
I just realized
get rid of Desolate Land.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Oh.
Because it activates again.
Yeah, because now Pelipper has Desolate Land.
The problem is that Desolate Land basically acts like a terrain.
Oh, well.
It just evaporates all water.
I don't know everything about Pokemon.
We've noticed.
Yeah.
Because you didn't put Phalanx on your list.
Mm-hmm.
Phalanx is bad.
No, it's not.
I said it.
Phalanx is the best Pokemon in Gen 8, besides Corviknight for me.
Besides Toxtricity.
No.
And then we never heard from Aaron again.
Aaron's not here.
And then we never heard from the man on underneath the bridge again.
The guy you talked to before here. I like Phalanx. He just didn't make my list.
We noticed.
Yeah.
Why the bullying?
Because you didn't put Phalanx on your list.
I didn't want to copy you.
It's funny, dude.
He's a good boy. He's a set of good boys.
It's called
There's 5 of them.
It's called a bit.
Why is he not called Phalanx His?
Because it's about a phalanx. As a military grouping. From ancient Greece.
I don't know anything about Phalanx.
He's also the first.
Says the person who tells me he likes history. You don't know about ancient Greece?
No.
He's also the first boss of Demon
shame.
Souls. You should know about that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh wow! Even I skipped over that. Wow. I need to finish.
I don't know things.
You're fine. We just love Phalanx.
He was number 7.
You can tell us that, but
I just like Sirfetch'd more. I think he's a better fighting type.
You could have taken
probably
anybody else
is
off that
a
list.
better fighting type. But
Design-wise, he is completely not.
oh, Phalanx is
I'll
just
agree
wonderful.
with you there. Well, yeah.
Sirfetch'd is a bird with a sword and shield.
And the sword is a leak.
Yeah, so is the shield, but it might as well be advertising the fucking game.
It does. He should have been on the cover.
It's as bad as Mimikyu.
No, Mimikyu was good.
No, it wasn't.
No,
What
because
a
that
Pikachu clone.
Mimikyu was good because that was developers being in on the joke.
They weren't in on the joke. Every description about Mimikyu tells you that they're not on the joke. They think Pikachu is the hottest shit to ever exist on the face of the earth.
Yeah,
Okay, but it was a Pikachu clone that was good.
it wasn't even a Pikachu clone.
It was.
No, it wasn't. Togedemaru was the Pikachu clone of that generation.
Indeed it was.
Mimikyu's a ghost.
Mimikyu's
Yes, but it looks
fake.
like Pikachu.
It's fake.
Yeah, because the collective species decided, look, we want to be loved. What's the most loved Pokemon? Oh, it's Pikachu. We're all gonna don Pikachu
Game
costumes.
Freak designed Pikachu on that thing. It's a Pikachu clone.
It is not a Pikachu clone.
It is quite literally not one, and you don't know what it looks like because if you look underneath the disguise, you die.
That's also its ability.
Yes, it is. It's a very good ability.
See, I know some things about Pokemon.
It's really good for setting up Trick Room. Anyway. But yeah, I had a lot of fun just reveling in my nostalgia and my love for Pokemon in general. Like, the sad part is like, Gen 6 was the hardest gen for me to find favorites, but it wasn't that hard. Because I remember, like, Meowstic is, like, an absolute treasure to me. Mainly Esper. Esper is somewhere between adorable and constantly horrified. And I don't know which.
Yes.
Sure.
You don't remember Esper?
I know what it is, but I just don't share the same passion.
To me,
About it.
to me,
psychic
it looks
cat.
like, it looks like a cat that got in a fight with a lawnmower. That's all I see when I look at it.
It got into a fight with a lawnmower 20 years ago, and it still has flashbacks. That's what it is.
Why a lawnmower?
Do you see its fur? It's like all patchy and shit. Like,
Well,
it's
yeah,
like
that too.
Are we
everywhere.
thinking about the same cat? Isn't it like blue?
No, that's
No,
Meowstic.
That's Meowstic.
I get them confused. There's
I've noticed.
Esper. I need to go back to the regular Pokemon.
There's like 900 Pokemon. It's fair.
It's not fair.
Yes, it is.
No, you've had 20 years to get to know all these critters.
And I know the first 3 generations pretty easy.
Esper.
Because unique designs existed once.
Yes.
Esper.
Some eggs.
It's hilarious. When I found it, I caught it because I was like, I need this cat in my life.
Come.
Please don't. And then we got Meowstic. That's the blue
a
one.
snake.
Anyway,
I know you're referring to Ekans, but I like to assume that you're calling Meowstic a snake.
whatever. Anyway, yeah, no, just like I feel weird because like I thought I was like below everybody as a Pokemon fan, and then I realized no, I'm the biggest Pokemon part in this group.
Yeah, you buy both versions of each game.
Yeah,
Nobody else does that.
because I'm an only child,
So?
and I'm usually single,
So?
so I trade with myself.
Is
'Cause
that
fuck
what
it.
the kids are calling it nowadays?
Ooh.
No, the thing you're referring to is masturbation. That has nothing to do with this. Don't worry, I'm sure I can get away with saying that. It's not a bad word.
Yeah, nobody's watching at this point anyway.
That's true. Not that, and we can't even put ads on it because
the only person that's watching at this point is Phil.
Hi, future Phil.
Those jackasses. Anyway,
You should comment at this point. Say hi back.
no, I'm good.
I don't want to talk to you, present Phil. I want to talk to future Phil.
Shut up. Future Phil will not have this. He will dislike the video.
Oh no, future Phil, please.
Even though that won't do anything, it will just continue to increase engagement. Anyway, just my love for Pokemon as a journey, as art, as gameplay, as its systems, just everything about Pokemon just appeals to me. Thank God Pokemon, well, I mean, most things that are programmed are about math, but thank God it's about math, because that appeals to me. I like numbers.
But can we all agree Pokemon is on a cognitive decline?
Explain.
The games are gradually getting worse.
I wouldn't call that a cognitive decline, then.
I would just call that a decline.
Yeah.
You're just trying to throw in buzzwords to make yourself sound smart.
I'm trying to act like I know words. A gradual, then.
Okay, that explains
That's a better
it better.
word.
Yes, that actually... Because cognitive is like, okay, it's thinking worse. And I'm like, no, Pokemon continues to get more and more complex. So I wouldn't call that cognitive decline. But, yeah.
You know what they need to bring back? Challenge mode from Gen 5.
Yeah! Fucking appeal to us who actually want to play...
Appeal to the people that have played Pokemon since Gen 1 and know how to play the fucking games. We don't need to know how to throw a Pokeball.
Well, luckily,
how do you throw a Pokeball again? I haven't...
I don't know, I think you just use your
do you,
feet.
do you hit the run button? Like, you gotta run up to the Pokemon with the Pokemon,
Only if
right?
it's shiny.
Gotcha. Now, what's a shiny? Is that a glitch?
Look up missing now.
Is a shiny Pokemon a glitch? Like, if I get like a green Mudkip, should I shut the game off?
No, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I did that once. It was like, I don't think this is right, so I turned it off, and I didn't want to like break my Sapphire.
Dude, did you know in Gen 2 you can't run from shinies?
Neat.
How can you not?
It's just
They cut off
programmed that way.
They cut off your legs.
Apparently you're so stunned by the fact that there was a sparkle that you're just like, no, we're not going anywhere.
Like, I'm pretty sure I ran from a shiny once.
Not in Gen 2 you didn't. I have tested it.
Does it just say can't escape?
Yeah. And then it says can't escape, but then kicks you back to everything like as if you tried to run in a trainer battle.
And then you throw a Pokeball and it says, how dare you try to steal a trainer's Pokeball?
How dare you try to catch this shiny? Kill it. Kill it for our amusement.
I love when you throw a Pokeball at Team Rocket's Pokemon. They're like, don't be a thief.
Don't be a thief. I've never done that.
I have. It's great.
That's fantastic.
Especially when you're battling Jesse and James from Yellow.
Oh my god. Although they don't seem to really successfully steal anything, so...
No.
I mean, there's that Galactic Grunt in Gen 4 who's like, I stole these from a weak trainer. You can try to steal those from him. He's like, don't be a thief.
Well, I mean, you can't... Unfortunately, Pokemon's trying to teach you that you can't fight fire with fire. Despite the fact that you probably quite literally could.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be super effective.
Oh yeah, because then you'd have Flash Fire for an ability. You literally can't fight fire with fire.
It's true. It's true.
I've lost the thread a bit. I know we're talking about Pokemon abilities, but I've lost where
Flash Fire
came
like...
in.
Why
are we
he's saying that you
about
can't use if you're fighting a fire type with Flash Fire, you can't use fire type.
But why
You can't
specifically?
fight fire with fire.
Because
well, yeah,
Flash Fire...
But not every fire type has Flash Fire.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
but some of them
confused.
do. So he's saying if it's a fire type that has Flash Fire, you can't use like a flamethrower on it because it's not going to do anything. It's going to make it stronger.
I mean, I get... the problem is I'm trying to think about, like, how it connects to the overall narrative, and I'm realizing it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's just me saying, spewing more bullshit out of my mouth.
Alright.
And it's just kind of me, like going along with it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But yeah, so I don't know if anyone else had any form of a revelatory experience. From the sound of it, I feel like I'm the only one. But then again, I'm the type of person who looks for revelatory experiences in or looks for revelations within experiences. So maybe I'm just biased.
You see, Jake and I both hate Pokemon, and Phil dragged us here
I've
against our will.
I've got a ball and chain on my leg right now.
Yeah.
I can't leave.
And there's guns to the back of our heads. So, like, we literally...
I don't
wrote
know.
these lists for us, too.
I don't know how he set up the guns in my own house.
If you want to know why our lists are so similar to Phil's, it's because...
But my list isn't similar to Phil's.
Well, you know why
because
mine is?
because
Because
I
I have never
variety.
played Pokemon in my life. So, like, he wrote this list. I literally can't leave right now.
Oh my
Like,
God.
you hear this sound right here? Those are chains strapped to my feet. I can't leave.
To your feet. Not your ankles, your feet.
My feet. Yeah,
Close enough.
literally my feet.
I put cement shoes on him. It's fine.
The only thing that I've noticed is that you two kind of pick the same kind of, like, you guys have a similar thought process, it seems.
We're competitively minded while also being influenced by design.
And then I'm over here like, oh man, check out fucking Dunsparce.
Literally, I was just about to say that.
Was Dunsparce on your Gen 2 list?
Yes!
Thank God.
Along with Whooper.
Okay, but Whooper's awesome.
Yeah, Wooper and Charizard are the
Dunsparce is an
best.
abomination that should be put
Let's
down.
see, what else did I have on? I had fucking Meryl on my fucking Jetsu list. I didn't come into this competitive at all. I just like, yes, that Pokemon looks cool.
Which was the number one rule we went in going into this. Not competitive teams, just Pokemon be like.
Well, no, I was trying to say it's because it was because you kept saying it was a team, and then I realized I was being an asshole.
These aren't teams meant for battle.
Yeah, because I wasn't putting together teams meant for battle. I was just picking my favorite Pokemon, but I realized my favorite Pokemon tend to be the ones that I built into teams.
But yeah, no, I've really, I look
Gen-
at my list and I'm like, man, I would never run half these Pokemon. I would never run a Probopass. That's stupid.
They're not terrible.
Probopass is awesome though. He has a really awesome mustache.
He does have a nice mustache,
He
but
has
I would never run
Magnepool.
one.
Yeah.
There's Magnepool.
Well, he has sturdy. Get him in Gen 5.
Yeah, but still, like, there's better things.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying he's great.
But
And then I've also noticed that, like, you guys usually go for fully evolved Pokemon, and I'm like,
again,
I like the
Sobble.
baby forms of them.
it's
I did pick Sobble, yes.
Totodile.
Well, it's because that's how you interact with them the most. Like, because when I think about my experiences, like, I might prefer a previous evolution, but my greatest interactions, because you get the final evolution of most Pokemon, like, less than halfway through the game. So, unless you're doing a challenge run, like, you know, my fucking Combi run, that is still dead, and
Yeah, it's
probably will
Combi.
stay dead, because I
Until the Diamond Pearl remakes come out.
no, when the Diamond and Pearl remakes come out, I'm gonna run through that game with a really bad flying type.
When you get
Named
XP,
Combi.
That isn't Combi.
and you get XP candies, and you can just buff
It's
the shit out of it.
It's the Chatot run. I told you about it.
Yeah.
It exists on Platinum, but the Combi run's also on Platinum, so that's awkward. But I like Platinum.
I also remembered you picked Charmeleon.
I did pick Charmeleon.
I was like, why?
Because it's a mix between Charizard and Charmander.
I actually really don't like Charmeleon. I gotta be honest.
Charmeleon's fine.
He's cool, but like, he
No,
didn't get
he's
enough
hot.
time in the anime.
He's hot.
Yeah,
It's not cool.
It's literally a couple episodes with Charmeleon, and then we get Charmeleon.
Ash has Charmander for like a while, and then he gets Charmeleon for like 2 episodes.
I don't know. It's just I like Charmeleon. Like, he looks like a more developed Charmander.
Well, yeah,
Which he
'cause
should.
Because it evolved.
And then he doesn't have the big goofy wings and the goofy neck.
It's only in some episodes and some designs.
He doesn't have the goofy long neck that Charizard has.
Did you ever look at the Gen 5 Charizard Sprite?
I feel like I have, and I feel like I've tried to push that out of my memory.
Okay, because, like, you're talking about a big, goofy, long neck, and, like, Gen 5 just made it the worst. To the point where I didn't want to use a Charizard.
Yeah, because he's got he's like kind of like this.
But his neck is, like, thin, and it doesn't really taper at all. It's just thin and long.
Yeah, like
with a
it's
head at the end. And
He's
you're
not
like,
standing up like he should be. He's
yeah,
like all hunched over.
Oh, it's the worst posture.
I remember that from White 2.
It's so bad. It's so fucking bad.
But
Blastoise
to
is
my knowledge,
fantastic.
they've never fucked up Charmeleon.
No, it's kind of hard to. The idea, though, that they did fuck up Charizard, like, is amazing, considering they tried to make it the only Gen 1 starter.
Yeah.
You know it was going to be the only one, because Blastoise and Venusaur took time to come out.
Yeah.
Game
I'm looking
Freak's...
up at Sprite and Pokemon Green because I want to say it's like not very good.
Actually, the green Sprite's not... Well, the green Sprite looks like it's tap dancing.
Why did it autocorrect to Chameleon?
Because...
It's close enough.
Wait, are you looking up Charmeleon or Charizard?
Charmeleon.
Oh. Charmeleon green... No, Charmeleon is... Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard in green version all look like they're tap dancing. It's very awkward.
Well, you know, they
Yeah,
might as well.
I would argue that's pretty bad.
That looks fine.
Yeah, that's
It looks fine.
It completely explains its doofy back sprite, though. Like, the green sprites all make sense when you look at the back sprite now, because the red, the American red, blue, and Japanese
Wait, is
blue?
that the right one? Because this is the entire green line.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you must...
Charizard looks kind of weird.
Oh,
Until he's
Charizard.
drawn right there.
Charizard's awful.
I watched a video of them like coloring in and drawing all the green sprites, and some of them are bad.
Oh, yes.
I mean, we spent like an hour and a half looking at them. We know.
That we did.
Do you want to do it again?
No. No, I don't. Oh, that's... Even though I have wanted to, like comb through sprites all the way up to Gen 5 and just, like, make a list of the terrible ones and just have us go through them.
Well, we were going to talk about Pokemon. We talked about the Pokemon we really do like. We were going to talk about the ones we really don't like. Like, just despise. What are Pokemon you guys despise with a burning passion?
I used to hate Voltorb until I was forced to use one. And then I realized it's actually not bad, despite the fact that it looks kind of dumb.
Also, is there any Pokemon on our lists that you guys hate? That's
I
another
can't
good
remember the lists anymore, but I feel like I've given shit out for if somebody picked a Pokemon I didn't like.
My hate for Dunsparce has cooled down.
Yeah, Dunsparce.
Why the hell does anybody hate
Because
Dunsparce?
he's derpy looking.
He is the drill that will pierce the heavens.
Except there's Beedrill.
Dunsparce has wings.
Doesn't fly.
He's a land snake.
He's also 6 feet long.
It's very awkward.
Yeah. Needed an evolution.
He's based off a real cryptid.
Yep. I forget what it's called.
The Tsuchinoko.
Yes. That's the only Gen 2 one that I consider suspect. Gen 1 has Jinx. I still flop back and forth on Machamp. And then I start reading his Pokedex entries, and I kind of start to get behind it again when the fucking Machamp special is, like, I think that was what pushed me past the line of, like, hatred and not caring to, like, okay, I can live with this. But it still is the Pokemon that on my Heart Gold team, it was so not what I wanted that it started to ruin my playthrough. And I replaced it with a Donphan. It was weird. But, like, I just disliked it that much.
You guys' thoughts on Porygon?
It's fine.
I'm fine with Porygon.
And Porygon 2, I think, is a downgrade.
Porygon Z made it onto my list.
Porygon Z
did?
is
Yes.
great.
Oh.
But that one's mostly out of spite, to be honest.
So, yeah, apparently.
Because
I
Josh
didn't
really,
like getting it.
Josh really likes Porygon 2, and he hates Porygon Z with a
I
passion.
don't understand that.
I didn't like getting Porygon.
Getting and evolving Porygon is an awful chain of events.
Yeah.
Not. Oh, yes, getting it and then getting it to where it needs to go to evolve. Because getting it's actually not hard.
It's just an awful chain of events. Like, hey, let me trade you this.
Oh wait, in red and blue,
Yeah, the
you
max
can
points.
only buy coins
In
50s. Oh god.
There's a guy I watched named J Rose,
Yeah.
and he was like there trying to beat the game with a Porygon, and he was there, I think, for a span of like over an hour, buying coins, just
Yeah.
to get it.
Yeah, that'll happen. That's why you use speed up.
Yeah, and he had to speed it up.
Yeah.
Let's see. I need to pull up the fucking Pokedex.
The list, yeah, because I know them all. It's just
There's so many that I just kind of block
I don't
out.
mind the Hitmons.
I hate Sunkern and Sunflora.
I'm still thinking of Gen 1.
I'm fine with both of them, actually.
I don't like
The only reason I hate them is because I got a Sunkern and I won the bug catching contest. This is when I was a kid, and then I evolved it and realized it was still garbage. And then I tried to use one in a challenge run, and I was just not having fun, which is why it turned into the Ladian run, which was way more fun.
Oh boy, I can load 12 Pokemon at a time.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh boy.
Mm.
I'm not a huge fan of the baby Pokemon line.
I love them.
Like, they're alright. Like,
you can speak your mind here. Even if we do argue, it's not a big deal. You don't have to soften your opinions.
I was going to talk about Unknown, but my thoughts might be a little unknown about it.
Boo!
Yeah.
I might slap you for that one later.
Wobbuffet was on my list.
I used to hate Moltres.
Moltres is pretty bad, honestly.
It depends on
Moltres
the...
is really good.
It depends on the render for me.
I don't like Moltres.
Like
I like it now.
I don't like how it kind of looks like a rubber chicken.
I mean, it does.
Like, if you take the fire off it, boom, it's just a rubber chicken.
Pretty much.
I don't like the Slugma line.
I don't mind them.
They
are inoffensive to me.
Delibird is fucking trash.
I will fight you. Delibird is my remake run bird.
Why do you like Delibird in any way?
Because
it's a Santa Pokemon.
I always wanted it because it was the Christmas bird. It was a penguin, and it handed out presents. The fuck do you want from me?
Quality.
That's not what I'm here for.
Fair enough.
I am refined bullshit.
Yeah, there's Quillfish.
Quillfish is fine. Remoraid evolving into Octillery is still one of the weirdest evolutions that I just do not understand, and didn't even know was the evolution for a good while.
You think Remoraid evolving into Mantine?
Remoraid does not evolve.
That would have made slightly
No,
more sense.
I'm saying you think that evolving into Mantine makes more sense? I know they swim under it, but like...
I mean, it would make slightly more sense. Why does it evolve into
But they
an
don't
octopus?
look alike at all.
Neither does Remoraid and Octillery.
I know, I'm not defending it, but I'm just saying Remoraid doesn't look like it evolves into anything in Gen 2.
That's mainly what I would think, is that it was just its own Pokemon. I didn't actually think it
and
evolved
nobody would ever
Mantine.
use it.
Nope, because it's trash.
I hate Murkrow.
What?
Murkrow's great.
It's alright, I guess. I'm trying to, like...
No, just state your opinion, and when we disagree with you, don't worry about it.
Can we talk about Stantler, though?
Stantler exists.
Like, it's not the worst design in the book, but it sucks.
Yeah, especially since the only notable thing about it is that it puts you to sleep with the worst sleep move.
It has Intimidate.
It sucks.
Didn't have
It
in
looks
Gen 2.
dumb.
What is intimidating about Stantler?
You know what's weird? I like Smoochum more than I like Jinx.
Well, yeah, Smoochum's got a good design.
That's kind of true.
See, okay, so going back to Stantler, the way it intimidates you is its antlers look like big old eyes.
I literally never interpreted it that way until you said it.
Yeah, pull up Stantler.
Yeah, no, I did.
It's got little like pupils in the horn.
I know it's got weird balls there that apparently send out hypnotic waves. It's very weird. But yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just got a big set of eyes on its forehead.
Okay,
growing out of its forehead.
So here's the real competition: Lugia or Ho-Oh.
Lugia.
Now, are we talking in a fight or design-wise?
Well, sadly...
Because in a fight, Lugia's going to win.
Yeah, it is.
Because Lugia kind of has access to those water moves.
Lugia also has multi-scale.
Lugia also has all of its two best stats in defenses.
Also, Lugia has man hands.
What does Regenerator do? Because Ho has that.
I think
when you switch it out, you gain 30% of your health back. It's actually really good.
Made with leftovers.
Dude, it made Ho-Oh competitively viable. In an age where Stealth Rock exists.
Yeah, I mean, I might have didn't think too much on that. It's probably pretty good.
I would say Ho-Oh would win. I think I actually like Ho-Oh slightly more than Lugia. Lugia's just got all that nostalgia.
I liked Lugia because of XD.
I prefer to Ho-Oh because I was a gold boy.
I think Ho-Oh was pretty cool.
And then I was also a hard gold boy.
Soul Silver.
Yeah, but
Hard Gold beat Soul Silver. That makes you feel better.
Yeah, but Soul Silver didn't have Growlithe.
That's fair.
I'm into the Gen 3s now, and I'm still not seeing anything that's like, man,
that
what a
sucks.
bad Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, okay. I think Shroomish is kind of dumb.
Yeah, it's got a dumb face.
Breloom is also dumb, but I kind of love it at the same time because its arms are stretchy.
Oh,
That's how
hey,
it
look,
punches.
Love Disc.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
that piece
everybody
of
hates
trash.
that.
Yeah, the thing that exists solely for farming.
I was never a huge fan of Spoink growing up.
Spoink is also
Spoink
dumb.
Is
I was
great. I love Spoink.
I also hate Grumpig.
I don't like Grumpig very much, but I love Spoink.
Because I remember in the Battle Tower, in, like, Gen 6, like, you look at it, you're like, oh, it's just a Grumpig, whatever. And then it, like, steamrolls you and, like, wait, and you're like, wait, what?
There's also Feebas.
Feebas is fine.
Feebas is just another magic card. Like, I can live with it.
Chimecho.
Here we
Cast
go.
form.
Here we go. Piplup.
Shove it.
The worst water type starter.
No. Cast form. Cast form is garbage.
No,
Gen 4 already?
Cast form has boobs. It's fine.
I'm pretty sure those are balls.
Those are boobs.
Why not both?
It's got Omni boobs.
In the Gen 4 remakes, if we get them, I'm probably actually going to use a Piplup. You want to know why?
Hang on. We're not... I'm not done with Gen 3 yet. I got more Pokemon to rip to shreds. Glalie is shit.
I don't like Glalie teeth. Glalie teeth piss me off.
I don't like Glalie.
I enjoy Glalie.
I hate it.
Glalie teeth piss
I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I enjoy it.
Also, Huntail. Not a fan.
Huntail and Gorbis kind of suck too.
I don't mind Gorbis as a design, but Huntail just makes me grumpy. Alright, now we're into the legendaries, so there's no complaints. Alright, Gen 4.
Kricketot.
Oh, Kricketot.
Every time I hear its name, I think of tater tots, and I just assume it's greasy and gross.
Alright, if we're going to talk about the starters of Gen 4, I like Empoleon's design.
Hell yeah.
But you know what I don't like?
Prinplup.
Prinplup's bad.
Prinplup is garbage.
I hate his
Prinplup-
name, too. What's that supposed to be? Prinplup?
It's Piplup, but with like extra letters
Alright.
and
Yes.
awfulness.
Alright, I will go to Bulbapedia and look up what its name
Yeah,
is.
it's got a pretty good hidden
'cause
ability.
I literally don't know.
It's got Defiant.
It's not bad.
Inferno has Iron Fist.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
I mean, it
It's
could.
not amazing.
It could have been better.
Yeah.
It could have been Speed Boost.
Wait, is that... Doesn't that power up punching moves?
Or it
Yes.
could be Sheer Force. I mean, Sheer Force is also good.
Torterra has Show.
Yeah, Sheer Force.
Sheer Force Life Orb boosted Flare Blitz. Think about that
Yeah,
shit.
Sheer Force just turns off the Life Orb damage.
I really hate Bastion.
And it gets the boost to Flare Blitz, the additional 30% boost to Flare Blitz because Flare Blitz can inflict a burn.
So we're talking about Bastiodon
I
now?
really hate its face.
Oh, its face is bad.
I mean, it is pretty bad.
Alright, I'm going to scroll all the way down to Prinplup's trivia shit.
I don't know what they were doing with Ambipom.
Ambipom is terrible.
They wanted to make Apom relevant again, and then they made...
failed at it.
Prince.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That is where the print comes from.
It's also stupid still.
So Prince Plup? That's what it was supposed to be?
Well, it's the first
I
part
know,
of Prince.
but, like...
But no, you don't say... Yeah.
But that's what they were
It is a
going for.
prince because it is the middle evolution.
Oh, Empoleon's supposed to be a king.
Emperor.
Emperor.
Oh.
Which... Kings, emperors, they're all from the same origin. Like the the German king was called Kaiser, which comes from Caesar. So it's all from.
I
the
was
same
saying,
shit.
if we do get Gen 4 remakes, I'm gonna run Piplup in them. There's one reason why.
Hell fucking yeah.
There's one reason why. Never ran it.
Wouldn't recommend it.
I ran every starter in Gen.
I've ran Turtwig. I've ran Chimchar several times.
I've ran every starter up until Gen 5. I've never ran Tepig.
They better add more fucking fire types. That's all I'm saying.
They will.
So let's talk about Chingling.
No.
A Pokemon that didn't need to be added.
Why? We didn't even fucking acknowledge Chimecho. We
I
all
said
skipped
Chimecho.
back.
I said Chimecho. You didn't hear me.
Yeah, we didn't hear you because it was Chimecho.
No one cares. No one cares about Chimecho, and nobody cares. And people care even less about Chingling.
Doesn't it have a pre?
Yeah, Chingling.
We were just...
Yeah.
We're all forgetting it because it's all forgettable.
Oh God. Dude, we gotta talk about Licky Licky.
No, Licky Licky's good, except
I'm
for the
not
one
there.
time in anime when when it was a person who got turned into one.
I'm not there yet. I'm looking at
I
Badoo.
don't like Licky Licky. It's got a big old thing on its head.
Oh, Badoo's awful. I mean, Licky Licky's awful. So is Badoo. But
So is Luminion and Finian.
Yeah, those aren't great.
I love the evolution, but
We needed fish.
Leafeon's pretty bad.
Well, yeah.
We needed generic fish.
I don't really care for Bonsly.
I love purple.
I put Bonsley on my list. You don't make fun of my baby.
Also, Happy's lame too.
Happy is lame.
Mime Jr.
It's fine.
It's
got a better design than Mr. Mime, though. So
I would disagree with that.
well, you'd be wrong, but
You know
okay.
what else is bad? Shaman.
No.
I don't like Shaman.
Which shaman are we talking about here? Skyform or Landform?
Landform, that's the one that I'm looking at.
Landform kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I don't mind either one.
You know what Pokemon sucks? Rhyperior.
Yes. Rhyperior is a complete
used it.
downgrade.
Yeah, it sucks though. It's not Rhydon.
I do have
Rhydon's
a
way
Rhydon.
cooler.
Rhydon's so fucking cool. It's so refined and so perfect. You can tell it's the one that came over from Capsule Monsters. Because it's decent.
Oh yeah, Manaphy.
Fuck, man.
Manaphy's fine. Fiona.
No, they're both garbage.
That one's worse.
They look exactly the same.
Manaphy is just Water Mew.
Yeah. And it's garbage.
It's fine.
No, it's not.
Can we all agree Rotom's awesome?
It's fine.
Great.
I like Rotom.
The only good one's Rotom.
I hate Dusknoir. I fucking hate Dusknoir because Dusclops is way better.
I hate the
I
Lake
like
Trio, all
Dusknoir.
three of them.
Oh,
collectively.
yeah, no, the Lake Trio's
Those are
trash.
bad.
Absolute trash. And Dialga and Palkia are a downgrade from Kyogre and Groudon.
Excuse me?
They are.
Ah,
They are.
fuck yeah, they are.
I like Dialga.
It's not as
It's
good as
better
either
than
Kyogre or
Palkia.
Groudon.
But they're both a downgrade.
I don't like Kyogre. I'll give you that.
I like Kyogre a lot.
Kyogre's fine because it's just big fish.
It's a big whale, dude. It's a killer whale.
It's a fish.
You don't know that.
It's a fish.
Its fins. Fins don't.
It's got man hands.
And then there's Arceus.
Yeah, thus mammal.
Lord and Savior Arceus. What's that meme called?
I don't know.
There's a meme about
Can we talk
Arceus.
about Heatran?
Let's not talk about Heatran.
Can we talk about
sucks.
Heatran has like a melted UFO on its face?
I hate Heatran. I hate looking at it.
It's not great.
And I hate the fact that it's like, it's
It's
so good.
it's so fucking good. It's like the best fire type.
I hate the fact that it's just a bean with legs.
It's a bean with legs, and for some reason, its face looks like a spaceship.
I hate it.
It's really
It
awful.
should go away.
It should. Regigigas is kind of doofy.
Should go away.
Despite the fact that Regigigas is awful, Regigigas looks doofy. It's got the wrong colors.
Well, you
It's
know,
too colorful. It's very weird.
well, you-
Regigigas is just bad. He should just also go away.
No, they need to give it a different ability.
Go
or
away
fix
slowly.
Slow start.
Slow starts.
just go away
Just
slowly.
fix slow start.
Go away. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on.
Okay,
board for
I'm gonna
that.
say this. Tepig is fine, and it only gets worse.
You calling Tepig fine?
It's
I hate
fine.
Pignite with a burning passion.
I don't mind it. It is cute.
It's
It's
not.
a pig. It's
All
a cute
the middle
pig.
stages.
It's
of
a cute-
Gen 5.
Oh, they're terrible.
They're so bad.
Wait, no, I like
Especially
Duat.
Pignite.
No. Hang on. I like Duat. I hate Samurott. Because it doesn't follow the line of Oshawott and Duat. I think
Yeah,
Duat's
it's just
great.
like Blastoise following the line of, you know.
This is more drastic.
Yeah, that doesn't look a lot like
But I mean, we've got confirmation that Blastoise was not supposed to
See,
be
here's the
final
thing,
evolution.
though. Duat's got, like, the Scalchops
Yeah.
that turn into swords that Samurott houses in its arms.
Yeah, except you never see it in a game with animated sprites.
You're gonna... Yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
In fact, I've never even seen. I don't think Samurott even takes them out in the
He takes them out in Pokedex 3D Pro. The best spin-off game that there is.
Shut up.
I spent $20 on it.
Okay, can we agree that Pat Rat and Watchhog are trash?
Yeah, the worst Gen 1 rats.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Look at Stoutland.
Stoutland's great.
He's got a huge mustache.
Love Stoutland. Why has Purloin stood on its hind legs ever since we hit 3D?
Because that's what it does.
It's very weird.
How's it gonna pit pocket you from the ground?
It's got a mouth.
I forgot those Pokemon existed.
Yeah, the mouth is on the ground, essentially.
Okay, the elemental monkeys are all garbage, and I refuse to accept any
I forgot they
arguments to the
existed.
contrary.
I like Pansage and Simisage. The other two can die in a fire. Which is ironic considering fire is not effective against either.
Did you say the other two? Oh, Pansage and okay. I thought you were referring to the final evolution.
No,
I
just the
think
grass
all,
one.
I
The
think
grass
they're
one
all-
looks nice.
They're all terrible.
If the grass one was its own Pokemon and didn't have the other two dragging it down, I think it would have been fine.
If Simisage was okay, yes. If the rest of the monkeys didn't exist and we just had Pansage and Simisage, I would probably be fine with it. It's the entire group that I hate. Because they force them on you.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, this will solve your problem. And it's like, no, it won't. Because they're all terrible. And I picked Oshawott, so you gave me a motherfucking Pansear. The worst one.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows, I'm not picking Tepig, so you give me the one that's the least offensive. And I mean the least offensive, because Simisear is offensive.
Alright. I love the way Darmanitan looks, but Darumaka just looks so sad.
Oh, Darmok.
I'm sorry, did we skip over Unpheasant?
Yeah, we did.
Of course we did, because no one cares.
Unpheasant sucks.
Pheasant is terrible. It's wearing one of those stupid hats that I don't remember the name of. In fact, I keep skipping over it, and I can't figure out where it is.
That's why I don't like
It's
Gen
right
5.
after, like, the rats and the
No,
monkeys.
Muna and Masharna are kind of lame. I don't know what they are.
Are we gonna skip over Swoobat?
Yeah, because Swoobat sucks.
Yes. Swoobat's bad.
Even in naming, they're just like, oh, well, we had a bat named Swoobat, name it the same thing.
I'm
Name
fine
it the same
with
thing with an S.
I'm fine with it. I hate all of the Timberline. I hate them more than I hate Machamp.
I mean...
They are veiny and creepy, and I wish they would die. Have you seen Girder?
Yes, I do.
It is veiny like a penis.
But he's got the nice clown nose.
That doesn't help. And its hair is bushy.
He's got an F.
It's awful.
No, it's good.
In fact, that might not even be hair. That's the creepy part.
But it taught humans about cement or something like that.
Fuck, no, that would be Conkeldurr. And Conkeldurr is still bad. Why the fuck do the fighting types just carry construction materials? How did a construction worker become a fighting type?
Because the materials are very heavy.
God.
And he's proving that he's...
Sock and Throw are, like, contrived, but fine.
I don't like them. They're just bad Hitmonlee and
I
Hitmonchan.
mean, they are, but
Except I think they might be better.
they're more refined, oddly.
I'm not gonna lie, the Timpole line sucks as well.
I
hate it.
I'm fine with it.
So, I know this is probably kind of obvious in retrospect, but why is, like, most of the Gen 5 Pokemon just redone Gen 1 Pokemon?
That's what I was about
Yeah.
to say.
Because Conkeldurr is just Machamp again.
Yeah. In
Seismitoad might as well be Poliwrath. Throw and Sock or Hitmonlee and Chan.
yeah. Drillbur and Action Drill are just Diglett. Diglett and Dugtrio. Done better. Venipede is, well, I guess it's Beedrill.
Sigalith is more like Xatu. It's Gen 2.
Yeah. I don't know what the Sandile line is. Like, it does start to differentiate itself, but then we get Maractus, and it's like, really? We're aping a Gen 3 Pokemon?
It's... Gen 5 is really quantity, in my opinion, quantity over quality. That's why I don't like it that much.
I mean, there's definitely it's definitely a lower quality overall on
I mean,
average.
we're spending a lot of time on it.
But
But then you get Golurk, who's awesome.
Golurk's pretty
And
great.
then you get Archen, who has, like, the second worst ability in the game.
Yeah, no, it's not great.
Like,
I mean, there's some real winners in here, though.
like,
Did any of you guys put Stunfisk on your list?
no.
No.
I can't even unironically, like Stunfist.
Not even for meme's sake?
No, I hate Stunfist. He sucks. He's a pancake. Like, I like Galarian Stunfist, because that's just a bear trap.
So
Regular Stunfist is just a pancake that sucks.
okay, so can we talk about how they somehow made a better love disc? Even
Yeah.
though it's based on the exact same idea.
It gets soak and everything.
I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. Jellicent is a better Tentacruel, despite the fact that I think Tentacruel is actually amazing in Gen 5. Is Escavalier and Excelgor like the equivalent to like Scyther and Pinsir?
Maybe?
Because we get a bug steel and a pure bug out of it. So, but their roles are reversed. Kind of. And then we get Cling Clang, which, I mean...
Speaking of that, Shelmet looks dumb.
Shelmet is dumb. Axelgore is fucking cool.
You know what else is dumb?
What?
Heatmore.
Hang on.
You know what else I'm looking at right now?
Heatmore.
Oh.
Cryogonal?
Cryogonal?
Yeah.
I like Cryogonal.
What's that even supposed to be?
It's a snowflake. A big, hard snowflake. The hardest snowflake you've ever seen.
Despite the fact that its physical defense is shit.
Is it? I thought
yes, it's specially defensive.
Okay. I know it was supposed to be
30.
bulky, but
yeah, it's specially bulky. So, I love the Three Musketeers.
I hate them.
I think they're really cool.
I honestly think they're bad.
I think Keldeo's the weakest, despite the fact that Keldeo is apparently incredible.
Yeah, well, we don't talk about them.
Reshiram and Zekrom to me are better than Dialga and Palkia. Wait. Let me rephrase that. Zekrom is better. Reshiram is worse.
Disagree, but okay.
I love Zekrom.
If I had to pick between Reshiram and Zekrom, it'd definitely be Zekrom.
But I would pick Zekrom over Dialga or Palkia.
I would take, them over Dialga, Palkia, but I would not take them over Kyogre, Groudon.
I did not say they were better than Kyogre.
I'm just
Groudon.
putting them in their place.
That's fine. I'm
And then
perfectly
there's
fine with that. Kyurem is
We don't talk about 1/3 of Drampa.
Yes.
Wait, what?
You combine fire, electric, and ice, and what do you get? Normal. Who's the normal dragon? Drampa.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
If you had watched our Gen 5 video, you would have known that.
that is probably our best episode.
I watched like 7 minutes of it.
You need to watch the whole thing. It is the best episode.
Yeah, but
we
that
have
takes
made.
time.
It does take time.
It goes places. Good places. Well, depending on your sense of humor. Meloetta's... I kind of
Fine.
like it, but yeah. Genesect is awesome.
Genesect is also fine.
I love Genesect. It's shiny as red,
Yeah, and fine.
but it's also a really cool robot.
Speaking of red Pokemon, Delphox.
No, you're thinking of Braixen if you want to start making jokes about furries and stuff?
I'm not making jokes about furries. I'm making a joke about Delphox being red and bad.
It's bad.
I remember, like, back when Gen 6 came out, I'm like, man, Fennekin looks good.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, but I'm going to go with the grass type. And then I looked at Delphox, I'm like, man, I made a great choice.
Yeah, I started with Fennekin. I regretted it. And then we all eventually moved on to Froakie. But, can we talk about Quilladin?
I like Quilladin.
I don't.
He's round.
Chestnut is awesome because it gives me flashbacks of Blastoise in that like tanky.
It can
look.
survive a tank.
Cool. Quilladin, however, is a roly-poly child, and I'm just not okay with it.
I just remember some joke.
I don't even like Chespin.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't like it.
You don't like grass type Oshawott?
No.
Because he's just grass type Oshawott.
No, I just don't like it, and I don't even like Oshawott that much. The white face just.
But you know who we all don't like?
What?
Bunnelby. And
Yeah.
Bunnelsby.
Yeah, those are also awful.
What is Spoopa?
Spupa?
Spupa.
I didn't even know that Pokemon existed.
Yeah,
It's the cocoon.
yeah, that evolves into Satan.
Pavilion is creepy.
Yeah, it's also 666.
Also true. Litleo has the eyes of Esper, but it isn't giving off that horrified look. It just looks weird.
It looks like a playful lion cub.
No, it does not.
It looks like it would burn your lunch if you looked at it.
It's creeping me out. Why is Go-Go better than Dubwool?
Because you can ride a Go-Go.
Oh, I bet you could ride a freaking Dubwool.
No. As we learned in the first gym, they're balls. They roll.
No, those aren't Dubwool.
Oh, right. No, yeah. Those were Wooloos.
Yes.
Oh my god. Binacle? Binacle is really bad.
Yeah, that's not great.
I love Binacle.
It's just 2 claws.
Yeah, they're gonna give you a high 5, high 10.
Great.
And then you got Babaracle, where his face is a hand.
It's very weird.
I love Babaracle because he's also stupid.
Clauncher and Clawitzer. Clauncher's okay, and then Clawitzer just takes it too far. Scrub and Dragalage are just weaker Horsey and Seadra. And Helioptile looks like a dork.
And then there's Avalugg.
It's an aircraft carrier.
I love Avalugg. Bergmite was on my list.
How do we
He
feel?
was?
Yeah, he's my spirit Pokemon.
Oh.
Carbink is trash. How do we feel about the Den? I don't know how to feel about it.
It's fine.
It just looks like a smaller Raichu with better ears.
It's
Pokemon?
Deden.
fine.
Oh.
Electric Fairy. Like, it's to me, it's a slightly better Raichu, but then they made a Alolan Raichu, and that takes the cake. Phantom's pretty dumb looking.
I like Phantom. Phantom's fine.
And we all shit on Goodra, so it's fine. And now we fit the legendaries. Hoopa is weird. Hoopa's fucking weird.
I'm glad that Hoopa is not the Pokemon with, the giant hoop on its back.
Isn't he the only
Wait,
water
what?
type?
What? Wait, what?
Volcanion has a giant hoop on its
Oh,
back.
Volcanion.
It's not
That's what I was
awful.
thinking of, the fire water type.
God, did you know that Volcanion's signature move shoots out when it separates its 2 tubes? So it was like, wait, no, Game Freak actually can do it. They just choose not to.
Nobody cares about Blastoise.
Yeah, nobody. Fucking Gen 1 starter, what the fuck?
I mean, Blastoise isn't Charizard. What if Charizard had cannons instead of wings?
It probably would have made your list.
Yeah, that's true.
As opposed to Charmeleon.
And what if Blastoise had wings?
Yeah, what if Blastoise had the wings and fucking Charizard had the cannons?
Water flying would have been hilarious because it would just be so dead to electric.
What is
Yeah,
Venusaur
just like
get?
Gyarados.
Venusaur gets... Well, the problem is you didn't shift them all one
Yeah, I know.
over, so Venusaur gets nothing.
Venusaur gets a top hat
Sure, why not?
and a cane.
Alright.
But it doesn't stand.
Toric...
They can do it.
Alright. I know that no one's going to like me for this. Litten's awesome. Torracat is... Like, I'm getting concerned, and then when we hit Incineroar, I'm done.
You see, the reason why Incineroar is the way Incineroar is because there's never been a third stage cat Pokemon. They didn't know where to go with it.
Yeah.
You're both thinking about
Yeah.
it, and you know I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
They didn't know where to go with their cat Pokemon. They wrote themselves into a corner.
And instead decided to make a wrestler. I mean, okay. Primarina is good. Decidueye is really cool.
I didn't really care for Popplio's line.
I like Popplio. I hate everything that comes after it.
I think Brionne is not great, but Primarina is pretty cool and very well realized. Dartrix is odd.
I like Decidueye.
Decidueye is really awesome.
Weak to a lot of stuff, though.
Toucanon is so close to being the worst bird. Like, I hate Unpheasant because it almost has good stats, and that makes me even more mad. Plus, like, there were no other options.
You see, I can't hate Toucanon because I saw the animation for one of his attacks, and it just like slides forward, and it's propelled by rage.
That's half of all moves in Pokemon. I don't think that's a qualifier.
Yeah, but like it slides forward or something, then it like goes vertical.
Oh my god. Oh!
It's so, like they just kind of like rotate at 90 degrees and like just
I mean, that's
so
basically,
good.
basically Godzilla from like the old shit. But Gumshoes was amazing because we had Trump in office when we got Gumshoes.
Yeah, I don't like it though. I don't care if it's going for the detective angle. I don't like it. I also don't like Young Goose because Young Goose is also stupid.
No, that's fine. It's a weasel.
Can we talk about Crabominable?
Crabominable is bad. Crabrawler is great. Because Crabominable just sucks. It comes out of nowhere. Like, oh yeah, I'm just training this Cabral, or oh, I'm on an Ice Mountain. Nope, now it's a Yeti. What?
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
And then there's Cutie Fly. Cutie Fly.
Cutie Fly is fine.
I don't know.
It's fine.
It's not the worst looking Pokemon I've ever seen, but it's not great.
Ribombee is weird. That's what I will say. Coming off of Cutie Fly, it's very weird. Gets a scarf.
It's fabulous.
It's so fucking weird. I don't like... I legitimately do not like the Midnight form of Lycanroc.
Why? I love it.
It's just...
It's him trying to come up with a...
No, I legitimately never liked it.
I think
was
it's
so excited to just have a wolf.
I think it's fine. I think all three forms are fine.
I don't like them. I just like...
At the end of the day, though, I'm going to forget about them, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, there's Morlul and Shiinotic.
Yeah, those two Pokemon that... It's just, hey, what if we do fucking, Fungus and Amoongus? Again.
Fungus, Amoongus.
But dumber looking.
Indeed.
Every time I see these guys, I'm like, these guys come from Gen 6? They look like Gen 6 Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then they're not.
They did the same thing again.
Lurantis, I feel many ways about Lurantis.
You're horny for it, I got you. It's cool.
Sorry, we've all been there.
You love the pink, I got you.
We've all been
pink
there,
is
it's okay.
fine. It's just mixed with the light pink. I don't think it really matches. I know it's based off of a real type of mantis. To me, it clashes.
There's another Pokemon coming up that I hate.
Serena?
No,
that
I
whole
hate
line
it again because of its teeth.
Oh man, I can't wait to hear about that one.
You gotta find it.
Sandy Gast.
I
don't like Type Null. I think Type Null looks like a bunch of garbage.
Well, it's a genetically modified Pokemon.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of garbage.
And they tried to copy, God.
Yeah, and then Savali...
Gets the RKS system.
I get it. It's the Arceus system.
Yeah.
I literally just put that together.
Pokemon
oh, is it Bruxius?
Yes, it's Bruxius.
Because Bruxius is bad.
Yes, it has really bad teeth.
Oh, Jesus.
That's how it does its psychic moves, too. It grinds its teeth together. It's so awful.
Turtonator, again, that's another one like I'm very ambivalent. There are certain things I like and certain things I really don't.
I hate its snout.
Its head is weird. I used to hate Drampa until we realized it was the legendary dragon of the Unova region. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I complimented Komo, so in the episode in Gen 7. So Cosmoem is nothing.
Yeah.
Just a middle stage.
It is so nothing. And I don't even think Cosmog's all that great.
No, Cosmog's not that great either.
I don't like Xurkitree.
But he looks exactly like Team Skullman.
What is Celesteela supposed to be?
Celesteela?
Celesteela.
It's a flying fortress.
And it's awful. I don't like it.
It is just literally flying fortress. It's called the launch Pokemon, so I assume it shoots things.
But you know what's a cool Pokemon?
Kartana?
Stakataka. Just because I like to say Stakataka.
I mean, it's fun to say.
Blacephalon sucks, though.
Yeah, Blacephalon's not great. Alright. Thwacky.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah.
The worst mid-stage.
It's the laziest. It's just a Grookey.
What if Grookey got longer?
And got another stick. Crazy.
And his hair got taller.
I honestly feel like Scorbunny might be weaker than a lot of other fire starters.
I mean,
you guys are hating on Thwacky, but I don't think Reboot is that much better.
I love Reboot.
Reboot is a Naruto fan.
Reboot is great.
Reboot is Bonuto, as I named him when I used him.
That is my favorite part of that entire line.
It is
Because
amazing.
it looks like a Naruto character?
No,
because he's a Naruto fan. You have to understand. Scorbunny is
Naruto.
Scorbunny is a hyperactive child, becomes a Naruto fan, and of course that eventually leads him to be a soccer star.
Doesn't make any sense.
Just like how Sobble starts out shy, becomes an emo kid, and turns into a special agent.
Okay, that's cool though.
And that actually makes sense. No, like it actually.
And what the fuck are they doing with Grookey?
It's a child that liked to hit things with sticks. Then it got another stick.
Then it became a long child that likes to hit things with sticks.
And then became a drummer.
Yeah, it makes more sense, but it's less clever. No, Scorbunny is the hyperactive child that gets into Naruto and thus like gets into like weird athletic shit, and then it's like soccer is.
Is it because Naruto characters like to run?
Maybe.
Sort of.
I think you're digging too deep into the lore.
Is
a little
Is that
bit.
why Reboot is a thing?
I don't know. Like it's more just like the type of kid that would be into like. Naruto,
Okay, it might have been a
shit.
far cry to call it bad. It's just more or less I didn't understand it.
I mean, we don't know where we're getting this. Like, we're just going off of what we see. I can look on
plus the image is
Bulbapedia.
small.
You
It's
see,
got longer ears.
You see, I'm not even like thinking about what it's supposed to be. I'm just looking at it like I like the design. Like
It's also not hopping. It's just got longer ears.
I like the
It
fact.
does hop.
I like the fact
It
it's got
does?
the little like.
Yeah.
It's got pockets that it sticks its hands in. It's like I ain't dealing with this shit. I'm out of here.
I mean, that is a very soccer thing. Like, it's... Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go to Bulbapedia so we can understand what the fuck is going on with this design.
Anyway,
To
let's
me-
talk about Squavit.
What? Hang on.
Where's Squibbit?
Squavit.
Oh!
This might be the worst.
Oh, yeah, I know
this might
no.
be the worst Route 1 rat.
No.
Considering we've looked, nobody
Pat-
knew what it was.
Pat Rat is the worst.
Okay, this one might be the most forgettable.
Oh, it easily is, especially since it
I'm
falls
looking
out
at
of
the wrong
trees.
list. That would be why. I'm looking at the list that's like, hey, this also has Gen 1, Gen 2, not Gen 2, but like other Pokemon versions.
The whole Blipbug line is also forgettable.
I like Orbeetle.
I do too.
It's fine.
It's kind of dumb, but I like it.
I like Dollar too,
I don't like
because I
Blipbug.
know how it works.
I think when I caught my Blipbug, I named it Mr. Nerd because it looks like he's wearing glasses.
I don't like Applin. It's just an apple.
I'm sorry. Did you just insult my boy? My boy Applin?
Okay, it's got a cool shiny. It just turns into a green apple.
Did you just insult my boy Applin?
Dude, we went in on Applin.
So, do you guys like Applin?
I like Applin.
Okay,
I
Applin's
love-
cool,
I
but
love-
Flapple is not.
No!
Did you just
What?
disrespect my boy Flapple?
Flapple is the best part! It just blew
It's a
up!
flapping apple!
Exactly!
That's all it is!
That's why it's great.
It's so stupid.
It's not
amazing.
the other thing.
It's not Appleton. Appleton's pretty fucking dumb. It's just a walking apple pie. Flapple at least is hilarious.
Okay, so I like Dreadnought, but I don't like Choodle.
Yeah, Choodle's lame.
Choodle has
That's just Bowser.
Choodle has a weird head.
Can we agree that Cramorant has the most hilarious ability in the entire game?
It's got a
Well,
decent
yeah,
one, yeah.
Aaron spit a Pikachu at
Yeah, I
me.
was gonna say, like, firing a Pikachu at people, like, just seeing a Pikachu stuck in its mouth, squirming, I start laughing. Because I love to see Pikachu get abused. Because it deserves it. It needs
That's not very nice.
It needs to be brought down a few pegs. Pikachu is too high on its own
Yeah,
shit.
but that's an animal.
It's
All right,
its own
okay,
farts
so I
and
think we
thinks
can
they're
all
good.
agree on this one. Impotent, Morgrim, and Grimmsnarl.
I don't agree with that.
Impidimp is awful.
Maybe with Impidimp.
Morgrim is not helping, and then Grimmsnarl, like, it's improved, but only by the fact that you covered it in its own hair.
Is it just its face? What is it?
Everything about Grimmsnarl is just wrong.
It's not great. I don't know.
Mr. Rhyme. Let's talk about Mr. Rhyme.
We didn't
Mr.
need
Rhyme.
that.
We did not need.
We
Nobody asked
didn't
for
need
that
it,
either.
but I like Mr. Rhyme.
I want to say Alchemy is bad, but it's actually not.
I kind of like it,
It's
especially
not
the way that
It
it
turns into a
evolves.
giant.
It's so much better than fucking Slurpuff.
It turns into a giant cake. I have to like it.
I mean, giant cake is great, but
Yeah,
like,
and the way you make it is by mixing it.
okay, why the fuck are Pinchurchin and Snom just like alternate like regional variants of each other?
I don't
They
know.
both have the butt face.
I don't know. I think they were going for something at some point there, and then they're just like, nah.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta say this. Dracovish and Arctovish look like they're okay. They might be living. But Dracozolt and Arctozolt look like they're suffering.
Arctovish is not normal. Arctovish's head is on backwards. He can't do
But
things.
you can't look at Dracozolt and Arctozolt and look like they're just not suffering.
I mean, there is something wrong. Everything it eats just goes to like Dracozolt. It all goes to the thighs, and Arcozolt it just balloons with tiny arms.
I want to say Qfint and Copperajah both kind of suck.
I like Qfint.
I don't like Qfint.
Don't really care for Qfint. I think Copperajah is pretty cool.
I think Copperajah is like too boxy.
He does look like a box.
He just looks fake to me. Like he doesn't look like he actually like lived.
But it's made out of steel, so I think that might be part of the reason.
Yeah,
why
but
it does that.
he's so much of a rounded cube.
It really is.
I got his opinion on. It's probably not Stone Yearner. Probably Stone Yearner.
I think it's fine. I get it. It's in
It's Stonehenge.
yeah.
I like it.
It's in England. I
It's
get it.
fine.
How about Ice Cube?
That's the dumbest
Ice
gimmick.
Cube, I think that's probably how you say
I
it.
mean, it's worse than the other penguin.
Yeah, it's Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Because you would say like Ice Cube. Maybe he has a rap career.
Jake, do you even know any of the DLC Pokemon?
I've looked at a few of them.
I can't even look at them.
I can.
Like I've got, they're all fine. Like
I liked Cubfu and Urshifu, but like I didn't
They were
care
cool.
for Calyrex.
I think Calyrex sucks.
It does.
The horses are also just like
They're,
lazy.
they're very forgettable. I want a Zarude, but I think it's Japan and like movie only.
Aren't they the ones who did the Sandstorm song?
That's
No,
Darude.
I was about to
That
say.
was the joke. That was the joke.
I didn't ask for the name of the song either.
Well, that's too bad. Now you got it. It's Sandstorm by Zarude.
That should be its ability.
Whoa, hold on a sec here. Why is
Should
Why
summon
is-
the Sandstorm?
the Zacians and Zamenzen other guy? Why is their other form called Hero of Many Battles? It's so dumb.
Wait, which Pokemon?
Zacian and Zamenzen.
I don't see that.
Zamazenta?
I just see Interpret Sword and Dauntless Shield.
Oh well, on mine, their other forms. You got Crowned Sword and Crowned Shield, and then the other forms are Hero of Many Battles.
That's weird.
I don't think they have HAs.
They lost their steel typing. Huh. Wait, hold on a sec here.
Is that when they're not holding the item?
Hold on a sec here. Why is the shield fighting type?
To keep it on the note, I don't care for the new Reggies.
Oh yeah, no, they're bad.
Why is the shield Pokemon the fighting one?
Well, Fairy's not a shield.
No, Zacian is Fairy Steel with a sword.
Yeah.
The
And
shield
then
one
just
is
fighting
fighting steel.
steel.
Why is the shield a fighting type?
I don't
You
know
can
why.
throw
You
a
don't
shield.
fight with shields.
You have to be
You can
strong to
parry
wield
with
one.
shields.
You have to be strong to wield one.
Yeah, but you're not fighting with it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. You
I
can
think
hurt
it
some-
does.
You can hurt somebody
Pretty
pretty
sure
bad
its
with a
special
shield.
move is using the shield.
That's dumb. I hate it. I hate Pokemon. Pokemon's canceled.
It's fucking real.
I don't know. I like Regidrago because it looks stupid. Isn't the lore that Regigigas ran out of fucking materials? He's just like, I was gonna make it bigger, but nah,
I don't.
I'm out of things.
I'm going back
No,
down
the
list.
lore is that it fires concentrated dragon energy, which is somehow
Yeah, but that's
a
the
thing now.
That's the lore for Regidrago, isn't the lore that Regigigas was making them and then just ran out of things to make them with?
They're not any. Well, they are smaller. Than...
He ran out of pieces.
I don't fucking know, because I don't know their lore. I just know that they're garbage.
It is known as a Dragon Orb Pokemon. Wow, I can't believe it.
It's fucking dumb.
It also weighs 400 pounds.
Good for him. Or it.
Its
whatever.
best stat is HP, I'm pretty sure.
Great.
So I noticed we didn't talk about the 7-foot tall butt plug.
What?
Hold on.
Is it Duraludon?
Oh, I know what we're talking about. Hatterene's fine.
Oh, Hatterene?
It is a 7-foot tall butt plug.
Don't you Ganimax it.
And then it's gonna be like 100 feet. I don't know.
It is a very large butt plug.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never gonna look at it the same way again.
Good.
Not great.
It's only the second butt plug to be put into Pokemon.
There's
Another one?
The first one is not a Pokemon. It's a thing that happens in Sun and Moon. The fairy trial manager lady. She gives you a butt plug.
Oh. Okay.
Electrode could probably be considered a butt plug.
No. That's not how that works.
No,
yeah.
that's
You
a bead.
do not shove a sphere up your ass because you're never going to get back.
Well, I mean, Electrode's got a new home then.
No.
All you got. All
I don't like where this.
God forbid it explodes!
I don't like where this conversation has gone.
No one's watching at this point except Phil.
That's fair.
True. But yeah, I was gonna say, I feel many ways about Berserker, and not all of them are positive.
Oh, I put it on my list.
I know you did.
It's actually a pretty good Pokemon.
Ah, here we go. See, here's the event that happens.
Oh,
That happened?
yeah.
Yes.
What
It's
is
a-
the dialogue?
It's a fucking feather thing.
It's a pink petal.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's shaped, unfortunately. What about... we didn't even mention Sinistea and Poltegeist.
I like them. I like both.
Okay, wait. I didn't realize the ghost was the T. That's
Yes.
actually kind of amazing.
I like them because their names are really good.
Yeah,
They
no,
are good.
They're really good. I like them.
And then
Sinistea
when...
and Poltegeist, that's
and then-
awesome. Those are really clever names.
Okay, so I like Grapplock's design. The only thing I love about Clobbopus is its name.
Yeah, I don't really like Hobblepus's design. It looks awful. It looks like a sick child.
It's...
I don't know how they're not water types.
Because they're octopus.
They should be water fighting, but
Yeah.
whatever.
But we already got Poliwrath. The better water fighting type.
Yeah, the better one. Well,
Pretty
okay.
sure it's in the game.
Actually, looking at Grapplock's stats, they might be similar.
Also, it couldn't hit what's the face with a water move.
And Poliwrath has damp.
It couldn't hit Poliwrath with a water move. Doesn't it got water absorb? Like it's a hidden ability.
I think it does.
Yeah, it does.
No, it's a hidden ability, though. Its hidden ability is something else.
I don't know why you'd use Poliwrath when you can use Politoed.
Grapplock gets Technician, which is way better.
Okay, so we've talked about a bunch of Pokemon we don't like now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we gonna like rank these games or generations now at this point, or?
Yeah.
We're gonna rank them in order from all of us.
I don't know. Are we gonna do that? I just figured we'd like debate, and then by debate I mean start punching Eric because we don't like his opinions.
Yeah, that's true.
God,
We know Phil. We know Phil's
I mean, we probably got the top two already picked out, and like that one's not gonna be.
I
Not
don't
for
know,
me.
man. We might all disagree.
Okay, what is our... Okay, are we all gonna say Gen 2 is the best?
That's what I was gonna say.
I think the remakes are the best.
I think Generation 2 games still hold up. Gen 1 games do not.
It's only because it's got the most content, in my opinion.
It's also got some pretty good designs.
Nearly everything that was added in Gen 2 was solid.
Yeah.
Except for the day-night cycle, which they promptly took out.
And then put back in. They put it back in Diamond and Pearl.
What a weird fucking choice.
Yeah, well, because the time mechanic still exists for berries. But, yeah.
What a weird choice.
It was really weird.
Game Freak giveth and Game Freak taketh away.
Well, that is very true now. Holy shit.
I also didn't care for like the phone system.
Oh, I love the phone system.
You don't like being called by Youngster Joey?
No, I don't care.
Youngster Joey does not...
I don't care to know how
become-
Granite is doing.
Youngster Joey does not become meme-worthy until the remakes.
What, you don't like being called by your mom, who's, somehow getting your money?
Even though she actually doesn't spend your money. She must replace it or something.
She does.
Because you actually don't lose money when she buys shit.
Sure you do. I'm pretty sure you do.
No, you don't.
Well,
I've
she's buying stuff that's cheap anyway, so it wouldn't matter.
No, the Pokédolls are fucking expensive. What are you
Are
talking
they?
about?
I think she
fucking
gets you
know.
exclusive items too,
Yeah, Pokédolls.
and like some stones.
She's never bought stones. She's always bought healing items.
Oh.
If she did buy stones, holy shit, I wish. Because the whole reason why the phone system got expanded in Crystal was so that you could get evolution stones without the bullshit of having to get to the post game.
That was the reason that was the one thing I didn't like about Gen 2 is they made stones really hard to get.
But then we got Crystal and it stopped mattering.
Yeah.
So, a Crystal, like, I don't know, just gold, silver, and Crystal are just, they're wonderful.
They're classics, so I'm not saying they're not.
And I just personally, I have more fun playing Gen 2 than I do playing Gen 3.
Gen 3 is hard to look at.
I like Gen 3, but I don't love it like I love some of the other gens. It like Emerald's really good, but Hoenn is just not quite there for me.
I like it. It's my favorite.
I don't
It's
like.
not my favorite. But
I don't like looking at Gen 3. I don't like the
why?
aesthetic.
Like, what about it?
It's very hard to explain, but like everything just seems like too rounded. Like I don't know like how to explain it in a way that makes sense to anybody who's not me.
Or I mean, the only thing I can think of is just we hit Game Boy Advance and suddenly there were more pixels on the screen.
I don't know.
As far as rounding goes. Anyway, but no, like my absolute favorite Pokemon is from fucking Gen 2. Like my favorite type is from Gen 2.
Ah, yes. The Dunsparce type.
It's not normal. But yeah, I mean...
I'll agree that Gen 2 is the best gen, but for me, it's the remakes that are the best games.
They are the best games, and that's part of the reason why Gen 4 is so high up for me, is because of all my time playing Heart Gold and Soul Silver. But the reason why the Gen 2 remakes even exist is because we had Generation 2, and Generation 2 was that good, and thus building on top of that made those games even better. Mm-hmm. So it follows perfectly good logic that the remakes of Gen 2 would be better. You would hope that would be the case. Whereas, I feel like the Gen 1 remakes are actually a bit inferior.
I don't know what you don't like about Fire Red and Leaf Green.
They're not held together by paper clips. They're competent games now.
Okay, I love the redesign of Red, but you gotta keep in mind, I grew up playing Red and Blue. So, part of the problem is that it's the same reason why I don't really get the same, Heart Gold and Soul Silver are wonderful for me because they're still sprites, and there's still a quality of sprite that matches up with Gen 2. Yeah. Whereas Gen 1, the sprites are... Some of them are fucking monstrosities, but I love them anyway. And then we just go to this really clean... Fire Red and Leaf Green feel like really safe remakes. Mm. And everything additional is tacked on at the end with these lazy fucking islands that are garbage.
What's so garbage?
There was an island with Hypno.
They're tacked on, right. And they're bullshit. They're so tacked on, they're literally dots of islands tacked onto the game. Not to mention the fact that...
But Moltres there.
Yeah, which is... Who cares?
It's because Moltres doesn't have a proper home, because every time it has a proper home, it gets moved.
Pretty much. But yeah, no. And... there's the shock of going to sprites that I personally feel like aren't very good. I don't like the Fire Red Leaf Green sprites. I actually like the Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald sprites for these Pokemon better. I feel like they have more character. Have you looked at Pidgey in Fire Red and Leaf Green? It is nothing. It's just sitting there.
I do like Emerald sprites better, but I don't think the ones in Leaf Green and Fire Red are particularly bad.
They're not bad, but they're boring.
Fair.
There are certain ones that are better, but
I
to me,
would
they're
pick
boring.
Emerald over Fire and Leaf Green.
Oh, yeah, no, totally. Because it's...
Emerald's
hell,
an amazing game. It's one
also
of my favorites.
It's also a new game. But, no, just... And then the problem is that the same thing happened when we moved to Oraz, where suddenly we're hitting 3D Pokemon, and it's like, yeah, there is this weird disconnect as a remake because suddenly the entire way I'm visually looking at this game is different.
Mm-hmm.
And so it doesn't hit the same. That's why I love Heart Gold and Soul Silver so much, is that everything that was added enhanced the game. That was already great.
So, but you're saying is you love the remakes, but you'd rather play the original ones?
No, I'm saying that Generation 2 was a more solid generation than Generation 4.
Well, yeah. I'm not disagreeing.
So, that's my only point.
I
would rather play the remakes depending on what mood I'm in. If I'm in the mood to actually EV train, I'll play the remakes. If I'm really not in the mood to do that shit, I will play the originals.
Okay, so how about we do this? How about we just judge the generation by the new games in it?
That would
as
be better.
opposed to, including Fire Red, Heart Gold, and Auras.
I think we should do that.
Because that way you don't get the whole, well, I really like Gen 4 because of Heart Gold, Soul Silver, but that's just me saying I like Gen 2.
So we're ranking the generations not with remakes?
Yeah, just the original, the new chapter to the story.
Well,
so that way
we each are gonna do it, or we just all have to debate it, because that's gonna be harder.
I mean, why not? This hasn't. We've made it too easy on ourselves for right now. Let's come to blows. Let's see who takes the chair to the back first.
Okay, so if we're only judging it based... Okay, let's restart the conversation. If we're taking out the remakes, is Gen 2 at the top?
No.
Yes.
I would say so.
I would say it's Emerald.
But are you going to tell me that Ruby and Sapphire are stronger games?
No, I would tell you Gold and Silver are.
So and you're also going to tell me that Crystal is a stronger game than Gold and Silver, right?
I don't know,
you're not going to tell me Crystal is somehow weaker than Gold and Silver.
I would say Crystal's better, but the thing is, Emerald and Crystal are so neck and neck for me. That's why this is very
But we're judging it on the whole generation,
yeah.
not just how much better the third variant.
Because the biggest problem is that while we consider the third version to be the definitive version, you also have to keep in mind that they explicitly made it so that you can't get Flaffy in Crystal.
I know, and I hated that.
It's so fucking weird.
You can only get in Gold.
They're great. No, they're in Silver too.
Is it?
Yeah, because I owned Silver and I found a Flaffy.
Okay, I thought it was only in Gold.
Nope.
It's weird because I remember playing both Gold and Silver a lot, and I don't remember if I had. I know I didn't use Flaffy though.
Well, yeah, nobody used Flaffy, and even less people used Hoppip. I made that mistake once. I mean, honestly, part of the problem is that Gen 3 was just not the follow-up to Gen 2 that I wanted.
Yeah, that's kind of where I sit on it, because
It looked better.
I remember the entire time in Gen 3 going, oh boy, I'm going to get to go back to Johto.
Why do you constantly want to go back?
Because
they did it once. They made that mistake.
That's what happened in Gen 2, is that you got both regions.
I mean, that is awesome.
They even bring up in
But they're also right next to each other.
Yeah, but
so it does make sense.
But you wouldn't know that
but
the first time playing.
And also, Hoenn is actually really close.
Isn't it just south of Kanto?
It's just south.
But yeah, so what I remember at some point, some NPC in Ruby and Sapphire was like, oh man, the Kanto region's great. And so is the Johto region. I'm like, oh boy, I'm going to get to go there at the post-game. And then it's gone.
The crazier part...
Much like the day and night cycle.
Yeah, well, the crazier part was, going slightly off topic, was Sinnoh, when it's literally north of both of them. Connected by Mount Coronet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
alright,
regardless.
Mostly because... I will agree that Gen 2 is better if we're talking about Crystal, mostly because I was a big fan of Red. Oh, not the game, the trainer. Also, but I hate Lance as an Elite Four champion.
Oh, it's not great, but
I hate it. I hate it so much. The guy sucks.
He does.
Well, yeah, he was literally the mid-game champion.
I like the Elite Four, and I don't like that Bruno's an Elite Four member, but
Bruno's
again,
lame.
Bruno's team is terrible
Well,
in Gen 1, also.
Hitmontop doesn't know any fighting moves.
Like, I mean,
Fuck!
it's better in Gen 2, but, like, I mean, I'm not saying the games are perfect, but, like...
Oh, no. Gen 2 was far from perfect.
Oh, no.
I
can tell you all sorts of things about Gen 2.
In terms of, like, just... It is a huge step up from Red and Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the biggest problem was the step up from Gen 2 to Gen 3 that was probably the most disappointing was that it almost felt only purely graphical. It didn't feel like... I mean, obviously there were mechanical things under the surface that changed, but as a kid I didn't interact with those.
As a kid, I didn't do the Battlefront Tier and Emerald because it just kicked my ass on end.
Yeah.
Because I didn't EV train my Pokemon. I didn't know what the hell that was.
And also no one in their right mind did the Battle Tower in Crystal. It wasn't good.
No.
But
I would say the Battle Frontier is better than the Battle
But
Tower.
you could use your cell phone in Crystal. Like your actual cell phone. You had some sort of like connectivity in Japan. It was great.
Oh, right, yeah. You could actually trade with people over a form.
And then we continually neglect the best feature of Gold and Silver, which was the connectivity to the Game Boy printer. That we've all just...
I knew someone who had a Game Boy printer and I was so jealous.
I literally thought you were going to say being able to play it on Super Game Boy.
No!
You could do that with Red and Blue.
Yeah, you can do that.
I was going to say you can't do that with Emerald. I'm pretty sure.
Well, no, that's why you got a GameCube.
Yeah, you can play it on the Game
that's
Boy
on the
player.
GameCube. Yeah, that's what
But
Coliseum and...
If you're going to play Red and Blue or Gold and Silver, you can play them on Stadium and Stadium 2.
Also,
yeah,
at triple speed.
Before.
At triple speed.
All right, you guys convinced me. Gen 2 is at the top.
Okay.
Because I was close. It's a tie for me with Gen 2 and 3, pretty much.
That's perfectly fair. Sadly for you, Gen 3 is nowhere near number 2 for me. And my next one is Gen 1. And I can't help it. I
have a nostalgia boner.
I'm the oldest one here, and my first video game was Pokemon Red. That I owned. I can't help this shit. This game is busted as fuck, but I will always have fun when I play it.
If it makes you feel any better, I didn't own a Gen 1 core game until, like, 2009. And it's still my second favorite generation.
Is it really?
Damn.
I did not think it was going to be yours.
Because the designs are solid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even Jinx is better than most of the really bad shit.
Like, everything in that is solid. The worst Pokemon in it are still better than some of the best Pokemon in other generations.
That I would disagree with, but
okay, they're at least better than the mid-tier Pokemon from other generations.
Yeah, no, I would equate Jinx to a mid-tier Gen 5 or 6 Pokemon. It's because it just seemed like it got harder for the artists to come up with things that they hadn't already done. Whereas Pokemon in its initial roster in Red and Blue is just like it's all okay. The problem is that I grew up with it. That's the hardest part to deal with. But for me, there's a theory that goes around that the flaws in older technology become the thing that people most revere about them. So all the flaws in Gen 1 are the things I love about it. Because the sprites are bad.
You talking about Gobel looks great.
No, Golbat looks good.
Have you seen Wigglytuff in green?
Yeah, yes. Wigglytuff looks good.
Fucking great. Nearly every sprite is bad. The only ones that are good are literally the ones that we realized all share common features. They were the Nidos, Rhydon, Lapras, all the ones that were dinosaurs.
All the things that could have been kaiju somewhere else.
Something that was clearly a capsule monster, they were all good in both iterations. Although the green ones were looking kind of weird. It felt more. So many of the designs felt so much more refined, which is weird because some of them are so fucking simple.
Yes, some eggs.
Yeah, like you want scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
Like,
A ball flipped over.
Okay.
all right.
But also just the game is just a nice tight package that you can beat in like 4 hours.
All right. This is my take on Gen 1. If I was grading this right now on nostalgia for the games, the anime, the trading card game, toys, just everything about Gen 1 would be at the top for me.
Yeah.
But I'm not putting it there for the sake of just, there's other good generations. There's, the games are broken, because I love Yellow. Yellow is probably one of my favorite Pokemon games.
I feel like calling them broken, though, is exaggeration.
They're brokenly fun.
I don't think they're even actually broken. They have a great deal of flaws, but the game in no way... The only point at which the game fails is Missingo.
There's a lot of just programming errors.
Wrap, sleep.
I'm not saying... But those don't break the game. Like,
Oh, they can.
There's a lot of glitches, like 1 and 256.
Mr. I'm gonna make a rap team. Mr. I'm gonna use paralysis and rap.
hell yeah.
There's just a lot of
That's how you
glitches. Like 1, 256, you literally need an ice heal to get unfrozen or a fire attack.
Ice heal, fire attack, or haze.
Yeah.
And 2 of those things have to be used on you.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible. No, like, yeah, there's... Like, again, it's the same with Gen 2. It's not like there aren't flaws, but I consider them to be flaws. I don't consider... As much as I love to call it a broken, busted piece of shit, it's not. It's a functioning game.
Yeah, but I know we're talking about the remakes, but I do prefer to play those.
That's fine.
I mean, I don't know, honestly. They're both good. I could sit down and enjoy both of them because I love the series.
Mm.
They're both great, which is why
this is so fucking hard.
it's actually easy for me because I could put Gen 1 at number 2.
Well,
Because Gen 2 is my number 3. Or Gen 1 is my number 3.
oh.
It was close. Like the first 3 generations of Pokemon
Oh,
were
so
very
there's 3, 2, 1 for you.
Yes, but it was hard because
Why?
they were like neck and neck by
Where's
that
mine's
much.
like 2, 1.
It's like this. Okay, here's 2. Here's 3.
You know
Here's
they can't,
one.
you know they can't see this, right?
You can.
I gave
can't.
it the
They're so close.
I gave it the sound effects so people understood that like I was putting it like Gen 3's not gonna hit the bottom, but it's just like
They all hit the same for me. I love them all the same. That's why it's hard
what
for me
was
to
your
rank
first
them.
Pokemon game?
Mine was Crystal,
How old
which
were
is
you?
why I have no problem ranking it at the top.
How old were you?
Me?
Yeah.
24.
No, how old
No, how
were
old
you?
were you?
Oh.
When you got Crystal.
Wait. Was Crystal my first game? I'm trying to remember.
Oh boy.
I want to say it was Blue or Crystal,
Okay.
and it was on a Game Boy Color.
Okay, because here's the thing. Like, I was 7 when I played Red.
Shit, now they know how old I am.
They know both our birthdays.
Yeah, dude, don't worry about
Because he lamented his spirit Pokemon, and I put my spirit Pokemon on the list.
it. Yeah, no, mine was fucking Pansear.
I don't think I have
Was
one.
it Yeah, okay, Panzers.
I don't have one yet
Fire
because
one.
I'm not going to say it.
I'll find it.
No, you won't.
Well, anyway, because here's the thing that I realized is like, I got Red when I was 7, and I was also 7,
Nice.
so I sucked. I wasn't good at
'cause
playing.
that's
it.
back when Pokemon games were actually kind of hard. Especially
Well,
for a
no,
kid who was 7.
but also, I sucked at it. Whereas I started to try a little bit when we had Gold and Silver, and I mean, I'll be perfectly honest. It wasn't until Gen 4 where I actually started to really play it.
You probably had a Charmander and a Pidgey. Or a Rattata.
Oh, I never used a Rattata. I always used a Pidgey. Yeah. And then I dumped it eventually because I never got to Pidgey because I was lazy. But yeah, no, it just... Like, the reason why Gen 2 just hits that is because it was the time and it was the jump that I needed. Now, for you, if what you had was Gen 2 and then you moved to Gen 3 at a very formative time, because for me, Gen 2 would have been when I was around 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big fucking deal. That's a big fucking time for me. And I don't know when you would have gotten Gen 3, because I remember when Gen 3 came out.
I don't remember which game I played first.
2002-ish.
Okay, so...
Wait, what?
2003. 2003 was Gen 3.
Okay, so...
2002 in Japan.
Well, yeah, but we're not from Japan, so...
That could be.
You're not.
Okay, I don't know I don't remember which game was first, Gen 1 or 2, but I know I watched the Gen 1 anime.
Okay.
First.
Well, that started in 1999, which would have been... No. It started airing in 99 in the US.
Yeah.
But
and
98 in Japan.
And I got the Gen 1 Pokemon cards.
Which was a year away from Gold and Silver.
So I'm like 99% sure I was introduced to Gen 1 first.
I mean, I was also introduced to Gen 1 first, but not through a core game. Like, my first interaction with it was Stadium.
I was waiting for you to say Snap. That's
no! Fuck Snap.
I was waiting for you to...
Snap is bad. I don't care what anybody says. Snap is bad.
I think Snap is okay.
You're wrong.
Either way.
I also think it's okay.
You're both wrong.
I mean, we all know the best Nintendo 64 Pokemon game is Hey You Pikachu.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose.
It's got a microphone.
We also know the best GameCube game is Pokemon Channel.
Yeah, and the best DS one is Pokemon Dash. The tech demo.
I hate Dash.
Anyway, no, I think I would have been 5 or so when I got into Stadium.
Because that was 99.
98 on Wikipedia, it says.
98? Okay.
That could have been the Japanese release. But Stadium 2 was 2000, so...
Okay.
There you go.
That would have been right. That would have been basically right alongside Gold and Silver, so...
But yeah, no... My first experience with it was Stadium, and like so I don't have the nostalgia for the chonky sprites.
They're so good.
I've got nostalgia for the chonky 3D models.
I mean, Pikachu still had chonk.
My favorite thing is in red and blue, Pikachu's chonk, but in yellow he's not.
No, he's trimming down in yellow.
A little bit, but there's he's still got some curves to him. It's
lost a lot of weight over the years.
And you see the streamlining starting to happen in Gen 2. And then we hit Gen 3 and you're like, And then we hit Gen 4 and Pikachu slimmed the fuck up.
Well, yeah, he's easier to animate that way.
He barely animates. He animates in Gen 2.
In the anime, that's why they slimmed him down.
Oh, really?
He's easier to animate if he's not chonky.
Oh, but he was so great in the original.
And that's why he became slimmer in the games. Follow the anime.
I hate that. I hate that so much. But regardless,
could you imagine what it feels like to be Raichu?
You mean underappreciated?
Yes.
Unless you're Lieutenant Surge.
Or you're a Alolan Raichu.
Give it a Thunderbolt.
Kill me.
Lieutenant Surge is an asshole in Stadium. Is Raichu no surf? Oh, you walked in with ground types. Well, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to leave and come back.
You'll be fine unless you're Primal Groudon.
Yes, Gen 1's Primal Groudon. I forgot.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, because the other part to consider is like, Gen 1 was the beginning. It was the first time that Pokemon existed. And, like, I remember someone trying to challenge me on, like, the originality of Pokemon, which is absurd. He was kind of just being contrarian for contrarian's sake. But it's hard to overestimate the impact of what Pokemon was and how different Pokemon was from everything else.
You know, there was a time when they were thinking, maybe we don't release this in America.
Oh, well, yeah, that happens.
Because they're like, yo, Earthbound sucked.
Well, yeah, because it was Earthbound.
Imagine if we got Earthbound but not Pokemon.
We got Earthbound.
We did.
I know, but imagine if we would have got Earthbound and not Pokemon.
Like,
that would have been
Earthbound
weird.
bombed over here.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I mean, their ad was, this game stinks.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
It had scratch and sniff stickers of Master Blarf or Barf or whatever.
Wow.
Blarg, I don't know.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, I remember the boss you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway. So, like, they didn't have plans of global domination with Pokemon.
Well, no. And in Gen 2 was supposed to be the last games.
Mm-hmm.
But
Imagine
then...
if they were.
But then Nintendo realized that money signs were happening.
Oh, man. Pokemon just prints money.
And the sad part is I think Gen 3 outsold Gen 2.
No, Gen 2 it was like...
No, Gen 1 and 2 are the best-selling games. And then it's Gen 8.
Yeah, Gen 2 sold 20 million.
Are you fucking kidding me? Gen 8
Yes,
is...
Gen 8 is in third place. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, it's the third game to overtake 20 million.
Probably because everyone and their mom had a Switch.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why it's so high up there.
Jesus.
But it's also the third game to break past the 20
And
million.
I bet the Diamond and Pearl remakes would look just like them. After all that profit.
Well, yeah, because it's all going to... Because the thing is that it's all funneled into the Pokemon factory that makes all the shit.
You think Nintendo would give Game Freak some money?
It's not money, it's time.
Yeah.
Some time and money.
And we don't know what Nintendo's entirely doing. It might just be the Pokemon company.
Yeah, but
well,
Nintendo
it's
should be
Game
like, hey,
Freak, that's the problem.
Nintendo...
Well, we don't know if the Pokemon company's going, yo, Game Freak, this game needs to be out 12 months ago.
Yeah, they are, because they have to control the entire flow of everything.
So really, like, if Pokemon Company backs off just a little bit and Game Freak hires maybe, like 100 new people?
Well, what it seems like is that they did, because think about how we would get a Pokemon game pretty much yearly. And we didn't get that this time.
I mean, we do. We don't get new gens every year, but, like, we get...
Yeah, there was like an 8-year stretch when we were getting a new Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah, because I started looking at the trademark years, and I was like, oh, these were happening every fucking year.
I've got a poster for X and Y, because Aaron and I pre-ordered them together, and the pre-order bonus was the poster.
Yeah.
And, well, it's a scroll, and it shows the timeline for the Pokemon games.
Mm.
And then, just...
It's
every year after Platinum, there's a new Pokemon game.
It was yearly, and that's why I'm like, okay, but this time they were like, no, I think somebody realized they fucked up, because they continuously tried to repair the mistakes that they made. When people are like, are you fucking kidding me, it's only Charizard, they're like, okay, we'll put in Blastoise and Venusaur. And then they're like, are you fucking kidding me, only 400 some Pokemon, okay, we'll add some more with the DLCs. And those took time. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, COVID might be part of the problem too, but I mean,
so
the problem is that Game Freak is still a company of like 50 fucking people.
I think it's like 100 actually.
Well, only 50 of them worked on Pokemon.
Oh, well.
Because the other 50 worked on Home, which was apparently trash.
Look, here's the thing. Somebody made sure the mouse cursor was still in the end credits of Sword and Shield.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
It's really good. Anyway, so getting back to ranking these.
Yes.
Can we all agree that 3 is next?
Well,
I can.
The third place is coming up next.
It is coming up next, but are we agreeing on second place?
Because
I agree. I'll agree that Gen 1 could be second place.
Right.
Okay, so far we've got 1 is 2 and 2 is 1.
Can we agree that 3 is 3?
No.
What's through? What would be next?
I'm sorry. 3 has a sour spot in my heart. That
Game Freak would be disappointed.
Game Freak took away night and day cycles.
Game Freak loves Gen 3.
Game Freak took away the bug catching contest.
I think I did that like maybe a couple times.
I mean, you don't do it a whole bunch, but it's still a neat thing you can do.
What is the first place prize?
My list is so fucking mean.
Isn't it like something good?
There's like a Sunstone or something.
Oh yeah, it's Sunstone to get. That's how I got Blossom.
Game Freak also took out a second region.
What are we talking about?
Okay, everyone.
I'm talking about why Gen 3 is not number 3 on this list.
I gotta say this.
Yeah.
I do gotta say this about it. Yes, there's a second region in the Gen 2 games, but how long is Kanto?
Long enough to be a second region.
It's not very long.
It is pretty short.
It's pretty damn short.
Here, I want to focus on a specific complaint that you had about
It's
Gen
not
2.
an entire region.
So, Gen 2, you complained about the evolution stones. And that is fair. Except for the fact that you can just trade with Gen 1 that just fucking has them.
I know, but like, not everybody has access to that. My experience with Gen 2 as a kid is I remember having to, use the phone and just pray this guy calls me and says he has my Firestone or my Thunderstone.
I mean, that's still infinitely better than having to show Bill's grandpa the fucking Pokemon he's asking for.
That was worse.
Yeah, that was infinitely.
Because that was from Gold and Silver.
But what was even worse was hitting Gen 3 and suddenly you can't trade with Gen 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. That sucked.
Wait, you couldn't use link cables?
Gen 3 doesn't trade with Gen 1 and 2.
Are you being serious right now?
Before Fire Red and Leaf Green existed, all we had was the regional decks for Hoenn.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It sucked! And then even when they added Fire Red and Leaf Green, we didn't have all the fucking...
Guys, you've known me long enough. You should know my brain just shuts
I
off
just
sometimes.
wanted to make sure you weren't trying to like pull my leg and say, "Oh yeah, I traded between Emerald and Fire and Red. That was cool."
I didn't trade a lot as a kid. I never did that.
I remember.
I never had a link cable.
I remember coming over to my friend John's house and he was like, "Yo, you want to trade with my Red version? I see you've got Emerald. Let me get that Rayquaza action."
Okay, I know Gen 3 Pokemon can't go to 1 and 2. Well, but maybe Gen 1 Pokemon can.
But we're talking about the impact of the fact that you couldn't trade.
Okay, yeah.
And that...
Oh, yeah, because it's on...
You had to buy
because
at least 3 games to get the full roster.
I know.
And one of those games was Coliseum.
Yeah. Because not all the Johto Pokemon were in Fire Red and Leaf Green. It was awful.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Oh, you want the Johto starter Pokemon?
Complete the Pokedex and Emerald 3 times.
Or, buy Coliseum and beat the game.
Yeah,
and then
3 times.
Can you get all 3 of them in one playthrough?
No.
I thought you had
to. No, you had to complete Mount Battle and purify all the Shadow Pokemon.
And then you get...
okay. No, because I remember you do fight those guys again.
I was going to say, because I thought you had to get them to, purify all the Shadow Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right.
But anyway... The implication that if you wanted to get the Johto Pokemon, apparently our favorite Pokemon...
Wait,
I
was wrong.
You had to buy an additional GameCube game.
You had to buy a GameCube if you didn't have one. And the game.
And an adapter.
Yeah.
I was wrong. What I said is how you get Ho-Oh. You can catch all 3 middle stages.
I figured you could.
You do eventually.
But you have to purify them to be able to trade them.
Yeah. And they might be trash.
Yeah.
And then you still have to breed them anyway to get their base forms.
Yeah.
If you wanted to complete the Pokedex. So you could get another one.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad, I'll admit.
It's the clunkiest it has ever been. And as dumb as the Gen 8 transfer shit is, it has never been as clunky as Gen 3. And it's all because they decided to convert to what is, honestly, as a person who is trying to stat EXP train, holy shit, EVs are better.
Yeah, because you can no longer make your Pokemon just maxed out everywhere.
Do you know how long I have put over 20 hours onto my Crystal Cart training?
Why don't you just fight 100 Mews? Come on, man.
Because then I'd have to cheat. And my game...
Or is it 600 Mews? I think it might be 600.
It's 656.
Yeah, that's like...
That wouldn't take that long compared to what I'm doing.
What is that, like 6 hours?
Oh, that's not 6 hours. Well,
let's see. You beat a Mew every, let's say, a minute.
Oh, it's less than that. It's about...
30 seconds? 30 seconds you kill a Mew?
Probably about 15.
Okay,
as long as you have the right moves, but the problem is you also have to include trips to the Pokemon Center.
And then you also have to include like load-in times for you to just slowly slide into the screen.
And then do its animation because I don't turn off animations.
And then
I would at that point.
And then you have to watch it fall through the
No,
floor.
Especially bad animations.
I'm suffering enough. I can't deal with a static screen.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad. When I'm quick training, yeah, like when I just need to get some EXP, yeah, I'll turn off battle animations. But no, when I am grinding for stat EXP, which might be the most nightmarish thing I've ever done to myself, holy shit, EVs are incredible, but EVs are in everything past Gen 3. So it's like, you can't really give it that much credit, especially since adding EVs made getting the Pokedex one of the worst things on the planet, as far as Pokemon goes.
Okay, so what do you guys think goes at number 3 now that we've kept
Okay,
talking?
so this is one that I'm already bracing myself for this one.
If you say
You're bracing yourself for the both of us?
Yes, for the both of you.
No.
Because honestly, Gen 6.
You can go to hell.
I also disagree.
I mean, I will happily back down. I'm not going to argue that Gen 6 needs to be number 3. Because Gen 6 is in my nebulous void of Pokemon that rank from from 3rd to 8th place. I'm not going to like die on this hill, but honestly, I think Gen 6 is probably my 3rd favorite because, they said, fuck it, here's the XP share that works well. You get XP for catching Pokemon.
It doesn't work well.
That's when he's competitively wrecked me the most in Pokemon.
It's also the one generation, where I decided to get competitive.
Yeah, but the EXP share actually ruins your EV training.
Yeah, that's why I train them one at a time. Or I train them in a specific spot that I'm going to... See, my competitive version is usually train either attack, special attack, and speed.
Yeah.
So I usually take all the Pokemon I'm going to train in speed to the speed grinding place.
Oh, well, yeah. Then in that case, that was perfect. The problem is for casual playthroughs, where I do like... Okay, I will say, I love that the EXP share in Gen 6, you can turn it off. Fuck you, Gen 8.
Yeah, you can't turn it off.
But you can send your Pokemon to the box from wherever.
True. But that's still clunky and not the real solution that we deserve.
But yeah, no, so Gen 6 is up there for me, because it's one of the gens I put the most time in.
That's fair.
Because I'm sure I put 300 into X and Y, and I put another 300 into Auras.
Okay, so... Well, but again, we don't count the...
Right.
I know that I suddenly realized 3rd place is going to be contentious because my 3rd place is Gen 7.
Wow.
That one's fine. I'm not going to, like...
How are
I know you're not going to fight me on it.
Different spectacles.
I know you're not going to fight me on it because we both had a grand time with Gen 7. Because Gen 7 was like the perfect spice in the middle of what was a really boring, at this point, 6-course meal. Gen 6 was boring as shit.
Gen 7 got more boring.
No, Gen 7 was great. It had the best writing.
It spiced it
I
up.
don't care for it.
It had Team Skull.
Okay, wait, yes, you're right. It had the most amount of good writing.
Like,
Team Skull was incredible.
You can't tell me...
I like gym battles.
I appreciate gym battles, but I
appreciate tradition.
I don't. I hate tradition. I think tradition.
The Kahunas aren't even unique.
Yeah, they are.
I didn't care for them.
Well, they weren't the thing. It was about the totem Pokemon, and they're each unique gimmicks that were really fascinating.
The only thing I liked about Sun and Moon was the fact that you challenged the Elite Four to be... You become the gym leader for the first time.
The champion.
Yes.
Yes.
You become the actual champion because there is no reigning champion.
Yes. And you have to defend that against,
But you have to prove that you're worthy to defend it, because you have to start to cut the Elite Four.
Yes.
Which is kind of the dumbest thing, but
it actually has a better Elite Four, I'll admit, than Gen 6.
I love the Elite Four from Gen 7 because you know at least some of them, except for the Golfing Girl, who comes out of nowhere.
Isn't one of them a Kahuna?
I think they're all Kahunas.
No, not all of them. There's the Golfing Girl.
Well, aside from her, like...
They're all kahunas that you have fought before, which is really cool.
Which is kind of lazy.
No,
but you get to fight... They have a new team. It's fully evolved at this point. It's not just the first guy with a Machoke again.
Yeah. Or like his fucking Mankey or whatever. No, it's a fun... there was the unique aspects of it. I think the totem Pokemon were fantastic. Because it became about the Pokemon, which is what the series is supposed to be about.
And then Gen 8 took it the other way. It's like, the people! The people are the best designs!
Well, but then they also kind of did totem Pokemon again. Except that they made it a universal mechanic, which I appreciate.
I do like how they also introduced, regional forms.
Those were nice.
But I liked that the thing I did like about Gen 6 the most was Mega Evolution. And I didn't think that was going to be a Kalos thing.
I hated Mega... Well, okay, I didn't hate Mega Evolution at first, but I grew to hate it just because it became a mixture of a Band-Aid, which the Band-Aids were nice, or it was literally just fan service.
You see,
there were so many Pokemon that could have used Megas that just didn't get them. Scizor did not need a Mega. Charizard did... Well, Charizard actually needed a Mega. Charizard was pretty bad. So did Blastoise. And, well, Venusaur is actually pretty fucking awesome, even with just in its base form. But, Mewtwo didn't need Megas.
Well,
2 of them.
The fighting type Mewtwo, I think, is just pointless.
It's not. Mewtwo has.
We had this discussion, and yes. Apparently
I have schooled you all.
Apparently, Mewtwo X is way better than Y, and I don't buy it.
I
disagree.
so
much better.
But anyway, you can still do the Mega Evolutions in Gen 7. So
yeah. But they didn't add any Megas.
They didn't need to.
I mean, no, they didn't.
They added regional forms, and they almost added a new regional form of Charizard. Could you imagine Tropical Charizard?
Yeah.
He's got shades. And
I was about to say. He's got fucking sunglasses, and he's green, and I hate
Holding half a coconut with a little umbrella in it.
And he's like blowing fire underneath it to keep it warm for some reason.
Water type.
Totally. Either way.
And he's got a little grass skirt on, so he's grass type too.
Terrible. Water grass. It's Lotad all over again. Even though Ludicolo is actually good. The flaws in Gen 7, I feel like, are less glaring than a lot of other gens. There's a lack of real estate. Let's say that. There's not a lot of land, which makes sense because it's a bunch of islands. But it's the first time where a region was just a bunch of islands.
Too much water.
But you didn't.
But you didn't explore the water.
Yeah, you didn't spend time in the water.
I know.
That's
the joke.
That's the thing.
But we're adding on to what you said. We're not necessarily contradicting it. We're adding it to the conversation.
I know.
But yeah, I didn't like. I felt like gyms were tired at that point, and it was nice to get a break.
Because, I mean, to be fair, after the spectacle of gyms we had in Gen 6,
they were god-awful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's fair, but...
I mean,
now that I think about it, as much as I kind of like Gen 6, it's got more glaring flaws, so I'm definitely on board with Gen 7 being third.
I'll gladly disagree.
Does anyone have any other... other than Gen 3.
2-1 here, so...
other than Gen 3, because I know that's what your answer is going to be, do you have a generation that somehow makes it the third?
No, because I was on Team Gen 6 at the beginning, and now I'm thinking more that I did indeed enjoy my time in Gen 7, despite spending less than half the time there that I did in Gen 6.
Yeah, because the most fascinating thing for me about Gen 7 was how much, like you said, the kahunas don't really stick out, but I felt like they weren't supposed to. It was supposed to be about the totem Pokemon, and the totem Pokemon stick with me. Those battles were fucking hard, and they were really challenging and really fun.
Is it bad that I can only remember 2?
I don't remember any of them.
I remember the No, Yungoos is the first stage.
Isn't there Eradicate?
Gumshoe? I remember the giant Gumshoes.
It's either Gumshoe or Eradicate, depending on which version you're playing.
I played Sun.
Add Moon.
Yeah,
That's probably why you hate it, because Moon had the dumbest gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
What if we just moved everything 6 hours ahead? Or 12 hours ahead?
Yeah, no, it's like Moon. I never touched Moon because I didn't give a shit.
The other one I remember is the... oh, jeez.
The Lurantis stuck in my head because it was fucking hard.
I was thinking the Water Spider.
Oh, yeah, Aquanin was tough, too.
I wasn't expecting it in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, so I lost my Alakazam there.
Oh, because originally it was a Wishy-Washy.
Yeah, and that's what I was expecting.
I
was thinking, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to fucking zap.
Actually,
I'm going to use a...
Ultra Sun and Moon was actually disappointing.
It's like, I remember walking in, I'm like, I'm going to use what's the electro move that charges up your special?
Charge Beam?
Yeah, I was going to just Charge Beam the shit out of it. And then it shows up and it's like, Bug Bite. I'm like, oh. No. My Alakazam, the strongest.
Oh, boy.
And then somebody got an Alakazam named the strongest that day.
Nice. Alright. Well,
I'm 2-1 here, so... I guess Gen 7 is third.
Alright.
I'm sorry to have to do that to you, but...
We all got our own opinions.
I generally feel like Gen 7's a stronger game than Gen 3.
I mean...
I disagree, but okay. I did not enjoy Gen 7 that much.
Again, you played the worst version. Play Sun. Play Sun.
There's no need for it now.
Yeah, well, you're clearly set in your ways like an old man.
Despite being the youngest.
Which is funny because my opinions keep changing on different generations as I play them. Which is why the list after Gen 7 gets really muddied.
I mean, I've already explained my reasoning. It's just, they all exist in... It's a Schrodinger's box kind of thing. Or a Schrodinger's cat. Where it depends on which one I'm playing, and that's my favorite at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is usually my third place game. It's the one that I am playing currently.
Okay, so I have to get this out of the way because we need to rip off this Band-Aid. How low is 3? Because for me, it's not. It's low, and I feel really bad about that. But that's where it is for me.
I'm thinking right now.
It might be interchangeable with... Did I just delete... Oh, no.
It's at least above 4 and 8 for me.
It's below those for me.
I don't know where I can put it now.
I mean, it's still your highest pick right now.
I mean, what I'm saying is that... Okay, I'm ranking it the lowest, so I'm going to have the least impact on where it goes from here on out, more than likely.
Yeah, I mean, I got my 4th pick already.
Yeah, Gen 3.
Because
Gen 3 is the game you're going to keep advocating for to be higher on the list.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas for me, 4th is Gen 4. And the reason why it's up there is, like, I think I touched on it, was like, Gen 4 was where, and I mean Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum in this case, is where I really started to sink my teeth into how to play the game well. So it has that, and also it was the first time where I started to connect with people that weren't my family members who played Pokemon. So it has that leg up. Not to mention, I really love a lot. Like, when I look at my list for Gen 4, I adore those Pokemon, which is crazy. But I love... The Pokemon I love in Gen 4, I love to death. I think they're really good. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Diamond and Pearl weren't, like, kind of bad, almost, but also really good. I thought... Because here's the thing. The jump from 3 to 4 felt to me more like in equivalence to the jump from 1 to 2. In what got improved, and to the extent that it did get improved.
Yeah.
Like, the Pokewatch is stupid. But,
I just shook it.
But
no, that's the Pokewalker.
Oh.
The watch is the in-game touchscreen.
that has
I'm
weird
thinking,
apps.
Yeah,
And
I don't know.
I like the Versus Seeker is the best thing to carry over from Gen 3. Because it is in Gen 4, and I love it, and I wish it was in other games.
And in Gen 4, the Verse Seeker, wasn't it specific people? It wasn't every trainer, was it?
No, it was every trainer.
Okay.
It worked the same as it did in Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Because I remember one of the Verse Seekers, it was specific people, it felt like.
The only thing I know of is that in Black and White 2, breeders would re-challenge you every time you entered an area.
Okay, so maybe it was certain people just had lower chances of seeking a rematch.
Well, yeah, because there are certain people who actually improve and certain people who don't.
Okay. Because I remember, like...
That was in Gen 3.
I remember looking for rematches in one of the games, and then just being disappointed that it was only, like, 10 people that I could find regularly.
But, no, I felt like Gen 4 was the jump that I wanted, considering where Gen 3 was for me. Not to say that I hate on Gen 1. Like, having gone back to Gen 3, those games are great. But having gone back to Gen 4, I love them more. I really like the areas. I love Platinum for being more snowy and dressing up in warmer clothes and all that shit. I think the pro tags in Gen 4 are better.
I'll agree, actually, with that.
I think the starters are better.
You think the Gen
Comparing
4...
each starter to its own relative starter, yeah.
That's where I'm going to disagree with you.
Wait, hold on.
Because...
You know that I like Empoleon like nothing else.
I'm aware.
So there's no point in arguing that.
You've said it a few times.
I'm actually going to say that real quick.
What?
I'm going to put Gen 4 at my number 3.
We've already put you.
Or no, Gen 4 at my number 4, excuse me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I guess I'm the odd man out today.
What were you gonna put?
I was gonna put 5 as the fourth one.
You bitch about Gen 5, though.
I bitch about the second half of Gen 5.
True. Okay.
Much like you bitch about the second half of Gen 7.
Yeah.
I adored my time in Black and White. Black and White 2 felt unnecessary.
Yeah.
Whereas,
those are the ones I own.
Whereas I had a decent amount of fun in Black and White, and Black and White 2 for me was just like, you gave me more. You gave me more, and I was excited about all the new Pokemon. Well, the old Pokemon that I can now use. And they gave me all the right ones. That was the problem. That makes my decision hard. In Black and White 2, like the early game Pokemon that they added were like all the ones that I wanted to use. But
I'm going to put Gen 4 at number 4 for one reason.
Giratina?
Cynthia.
Cynthia's pretty fucking awesome. She's way better than Steven.
She's my waifu.
Well, okay. We're taking
You
it a
made
bit
it
far.
weird, but okay.
No, it's fine. Be horny. I don't care. Cynthia is legitimately fantastic, and she's also a complete asshole for using a core jump.
She's my favorite champion in the series.
You don't like Alder?
No.
And fuck Alder. You know who's the actual good champion?
Yeah, Alder.
No.
You know, the guy you don't fight unless you
Iris.
go back to.
She's
No.
debatably the toughest champion. in
No,
the series.
Iris. Iris is the good champion from Gen 5. Iris is awesome.
That's because you don't fight Alder as a champion until later.
He's still awful.
Yeah, I know, but he's...
Bugs.
Yeah, he's great.
And he looks like a fucking... He looks like a Kuma. He looks like a nice Akuma.
Akuma is a nice guy.
No, he's not.
Kuna Matata.
His secret V move, or whatever the hell it was in 5, was he was going to pull out a baby and put it to sleep and hold it on his back.
That's fucking weird.
So that way he would never fall over.
Wow.
Because he would not hurt that baby.
Oh.
Akuma is a good guy. He sells fruits.
Whatever. Anyway.
I mean, I know what I'm beating. I'm not going to be like, oh, Gen 5 really needs to be 4. I'm going to convince you guys right here, right now.
Yeah.
Look at my moving Blastoise sprite.
At least you're picking Blastoise. Venusaur's also not bad. Charizard's just like the sad.
But to me, I just... Gen 4, I look at that and I go, man, you are so boring to look at.
But are you comparing it in its time, or are you comparing it now? Because
even
that's
in
the
its
problem.
time, it was boring to look at. It was. You
What
look
was
at
it?
they're static images. They don't even move in Diamond and Pearl.
Well, not in Diamond and Pearl now, but in
I don't know
Platinum
why they
do.
took that feature out again.
Because they suck.
And then
but they fixed it in Platinum. They fixed everything in Platinum.
And then you've got the slowest health bars.
Oh yeah,
So
no,
you're
they're
just,
bad.
You're just looking at this dying Pokemon for more than a minute, like, man, when's it gonna fucking die?
Cynthia's Garchomp after an Ice Beam.
Like,
Yeah,
yo,
just-
I just hit this bitch with Hydro Pump, and it's like, it's a fucking Magcargo. Why is it still
Togekiss.
alive?
Her Togekiss.
Thank God she didn't have a Blissey. Imagine that.
But like, you look at it and you're just like, man, it's so just. Why is it still alive? It got hit with fucking.
I hit this Chansey with Cross Chop. What the fuck? No,
Like
I
you
mean,
can, like you pull out your stopwatch, you start timing it, and then then it's like midnight, and you're like, wow, I started timing it like
You
2
don't
in
even
the
hear sound
morning.
of the red health yet.
But I personally think I like looking at Gen 4 more than I like looking at Gen 3.
Yeah, no, I prefer to look at Gen 4 over Gen 3,
Well,
but man, Gen 5 is just like...
Well, yeah, of course Gen 5 was an improvement, and it's part of the reason why it ranks... Well,
I actually disagree. I think Gen 4 is better to look at than Gen 5. Especially the battles.
I don't know, man. They had a dynamic camera.
I don't like the way the camera goes in Gen 5.
They had a camera in Gen 5. They didn't have that in Gen 4.
I didn't mind it. I appreciate
I don't like the way the Pokemon moves. They just like, it's like one frame at a time. It's like...
I just remember playing Diamond and Pearl after playing Black and White.
Well,
And just looking at it like, man,
yeah.
how did I
course.
enjoy this? I even had the same thoughts when playing Heart Gold. So I'm like, man, why can't it even do a little thing? Like, why is it just gotta sit there?
Because there was the limitations of the cartridge. You got to keep in mind the cartridges got better,
Yeah, I know. It's just
but
you look at it and you're like, man, this just looks sad.
I don't really agree because the weird thing for me is that the only thing that I feel like improved from Gen 4 to Gen 5 was the Pokemon sprites. Everything else comparable.
I mean, hey, I'm not here to argue. I'll
fact-
put Gen 4 at 4. I mean, I'm the odd man out.
Hey, I had to suffer with Gen 7 being put at 3.
Yeah,
So...
Aaron sucked down his pride, so we're good with that. I don't care.
All right. Well,
Now we just gotta make sure you don't get your way for the rest of this list, Mister. I've had my way for the entire list.
oh shit, I have.
I mean, it's usually because somebody else agrees with you, but...
I mean, yeah, I don't win on my own, but regardless, yeah, my number 5 is Gen 5.
What's my number 5? I gotta think for a minute.
It should be Gen 3. You keep
Yeah, that's right.
You
I
keep
gotta go
pulling-
with Gen 3 now.
You keep pulling for it, and I feel really bad because it's really low for me. And I don't know if it deserves it.
To be fair, Gen 3 would have ranked higher if Gen 5 had ranked at 4. At least from me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Gen 3 now. Because I pulled Gen 4 higher.
Yeah.
You see, everything I just said for Gen 5
Is just gonna
just
continue.
copy paste
But then
that.
Phil was talking about Gen 4 a lot, and I was like, I might like Gen 4 a little more than 3 now?
Well, the thing is
Because
that
I'm remembering it better.
well, yeah, because I've got.
When we're recording, I can't remember stuff
Oh,
better.
don't worry. I had to write down these.
I don't remember anything down. I can't remember games the way I loved them while we're recording. But Phil can, so he talks about it, and then I'm just like, oh yeah, I love that too. I'm going to pull it higher.
But you got to keep in mind the whole reason why this even happens is because I go back and I play these games. And and it just brings back all these memories because Pokemon is such a powerful. Because like the number one thing I want to explain is that I'll keep it short. Pokemon is the
At this point, you don't need to keep it short. We're over 2.5 hours.
I know.
This
No,
is
I keep looking.
this is the longest podcast we're doing.
I know, but Pokemon is basically the one video game I played until we hit around Gen 6, Gen 7.
Yeah.
So, like, I have powerful connective memories to these video games, and Gen 6, my first playthrough of Gen 6 was filled with wonder and excitement, because for me, it was like, oh my god, it's Stadium, but on my handheld.
I said that about Gen 5, honestly. I wasn't saying, oh, look, they're 3D models. I was saying, oh, man, the fights are animated now.
That's fair.
Like, it feels like everything's actually moving. It feels like this fight is happening, and it's not just two guys at the other
It's not two pictures, and then an extra picture animated GIF comes in to show that something happened. Yeah, that's fair. All right. I'm not gonna. Okay.
But you said that your 5th game was gonna be Gen 5, yeah?
Yes.
I'm gonna give you your way because I'm also saying Gen 5.
Okay, I'm not going to get my way for 6th place. I already know.
Probably not. But that also depends on what Aaron feels like.
Oh, I know it is 6th place.
I'm writing some shit down.
Okay.
Because I know where I want to place the rest of mine. And I'm sorry, Aaron, but it's not good.
Okay, so what do we have so far? 2, 1, 7, 4?
We've got 3, 5, 6, and 8 left.
Okay, but so far we're at 2, 1, 7,
Yes.
4.
Yes. And probably 5, given that we have 2.
And you guys both had 5?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I went with 3, but...
I mean, we can...
Say why you want Gen 5 to be that.
I
think we go...
I've already made my point. I made my point during the Gen 4...
Because you like the animated battles?
Yeah, like the animated...
I don't think they're that great.
They were great for the time, dude.
Yeah.
You spend... What? 8...
Okay, but look at
Okay,
Snake.
but
You spend 12 years. 12 years looking at 2 pitchers fighting each other.
To be fair, though, Jacob,
You
you
had
literally
3D
just
battles.
talked about going back to Gen 4 after looking at Gen 5, so you're contradicting yourself in that you're like, at the time, when you're bashing on certain games because you're playing them outside of their time frame. Whereas I'm doing my best to put them in their context
Okay,
from
fine.
when they existed.
Let me say, as a DS game,
Yeah.
Gen 5 is the better the generation.
I'm not saying
I'm
it's
not
bad
saying-
for a DS game, but we have Pokemon games with 3D battles.
Yeah, but none of them had Gen 5 Pokemon in them.
Fair.
There were some really good designs in Gen... The problem was that Gen 5 was the equivalent of firing a shotgun. You're guaranteed to hit something, but you're also guaranteed to do a lot of property damage.
At this point, we can put Gen 5 there. I really don't care.
But, like, the main reason why I love Gen 5 so much is just, like, Black and White's story was incredible, and, incredible by Pokemon standards, and I adore the animated sprites. Like, originally I thought they were weird, especially since a lot of my favorite Pokemon look like trash at the time. But now I'm like, oh man, so much effort went into this. And Black and White sold the worst. And they added some of the best features. We got challenge mode. There was also an easy mode, but we don't talk about that. We had challenge mode. The expanded area gave us roaming Tyrantars. I mean,
After we're done with this, I want to tell you guys my list.
Totally.
Because you guys are like, I feel like I'm getting beat out here.
It's because you've been trying to die on the hill of Gen 3, whereas we're both like...
Yeah, so I'm like defending Gen 3 to
I
death
gave up
here.
on my hill of Gen 6 being up in my top 3. So.
Yeah, like...
Yeah. Alright.
So, yeah, we're basically putting Gen 5
Yeah.
and 5.
And at there, after that, do we really give a shit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, sadly. And I know I'm gonna lose this one.
Are you?
Well, actually, I don't know. This could be
I'm
a
gonna-
three-way battle.
That was the 5th one, right? Because you guys are really going to disagree with what my next one is. Oh, yeah, I'm still at 3! God damn it!
Yeah, is it going to be Ruby and Sapphire? Because I thought it's going to be Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah.
But my normal one for what number 6 would be, I know you guys would probably disagree with.
What?
Gen 8.
It's the same for me, dude.
Is it?
Yeah, I rank Gen...
Gen 8 is my 3rd.
Ah, look at that. Phil gets his way yet again.
No, because he's advocating for Gen 3 because it's nowhere yet.
But it has to be Gen 3 because Gen 3 hasn't been placed.
Yeah. So, I'm Gen 8 because I feel like I'm the only person who legitimately had a good time. Like, I had a lot of fun. I loved Gigantamax. I love Max Raids. And I love everything that they added to the Max Raids. Like, I love the Dynamax Adventure. I think that's a really fun time.
It is.
Unless you do it with the CPUs, in which case it's trash.
Fuck that.
That is the one, like, I can do max raids with CPUs because I can carry it most of the time. you can't do Dynamax Adventure without help.
It like requires you to have the thing I like about Dynamax Adventures and Dynamax like. Are we talking about the thing from the DLC?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It requires you to have a decent knowledge of Pokemon.
It feels like playing Stadium. It feels like a mode that would be in a Stadium game.
I hate those people that, like, hey, I'm going to use Thundershock on a Pokemon that has an ability of Lightning Rod. Or I'm going to Earthquake this thing that has Levitate.
But it's still better than the AI.
I would prefer AI to people for getting partners like that, because they're stupid.
But the thing is that your pool of competent players is significantly bigger in the human beings.
Unless I have a Raichu, and then that guy is using an electric move on purpose to buff my Raichu.
Oh yeah,
because I had a guy do that when I was hunting a shiny Suicune, and then he would do that to buff my Raichu, and I was like, okay, that's nice.
Yeah,
because he could literally do nothing against it.
He
was a rock type.
That's a smart player.
Wait, no, he wasn't a rock. I don't remember what he was, but he couldn't do shit against it.
Wait, hang on.
He wasn't a rock type, but he couldn't do shit against it.
But he had moves to buff Raichu, so he had an electric move, yeah?
I don't remember, but he could not
Could have been
attack.
Thunder Wave.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Thunder Wave, I think.
Well, the problem is, even if he had an electric move,
months ago.
it would have automatically gone to Raichu.
Yeah.
Yeah, it automatically went to me.
But what I'm saying is...
because it catches it.
The reason he had nothing against Suicune is because you were there.
Yes.
This is your fault.
So it might not have been intentional, is what I'm trying
He
to
was
say.
absolutely livid.
He was pissed he couldn't attack. I was taking it.
Well, it's fine.
What also sucks, though, is if you have a Rhydon, it buffs your special attack.
Ah, yes.
Yes, my Rhydon with Surf.
Perfect.
Anyway. No, like, just... I thought Gen 8 was charming. It was not the disaster I was preparing for.
Yeah.
Which is the weirdest thing to say, but, like, given everything that went wrong, I was like, oh, we're going to get something even worse than Gen 6.
Okay, this is my opinion on Gen 8. It looks pretty bad for it being on Switch. It doesn't play as well as I hoped it would. Like, I'm talking about animations, but it's still pretty fun, especially since it has, like, online connectivity with others.
Well, yeah, it has persistent.
I'm not talking about, like, online battles and trading. I'm talking about, like, there's actually, like, multiplayer.
Yeah, there's
like events with people.
There's a persistent online
like
part
the Dynamax
to the
adventures and raids.
It's fun. It's a good time.
I hope they do more stuff like that in the future.
Oh, they will. They will. It's the interactivity is what makes Pokemon the game that it is. It was the entire point of it, is that it's a social game. Because the whole idea was that you had one version, someone else had another, and you had to talk to that person to even figure out what the fuck was going on. It's like, I didn't find this Pokemon. Well, I did. Can you trade it? I'll get you one. And it's like, well, what do you not find? And all that shit.
Also, Gen 8 is the only game I've ever completed the decks. Because it's so... Even with the DLCs, because it's just super easy. There's only like 600 Pokemon.
Yeah,
I know there's more... Wait. Yeah, because some of them... In the Isle of Armor decks and the Crown Tundra decks, there's some from the core game.
Also, thank God a Pokemon game finally made it super easy to make competitively viable Pokemon.
Yes, it's absurdly easy.
It made competitive much more accessible, which is a good thing.
Are you trying to explain this to me? Because you keep looking at me.
Well, because you're the only one who hates it.
I don't hate it per se.
It's at the bottom of your list.
There's also no way to...
It is at the bottom of my list.
Yeah.
Because I didn't finish the post game.
Yeah.
It's the only...
Well, I mean, I didn't either, to be honest.
It's the only Pokemon game that I've looked at and gone, man, I beat the champion and now I'm done.
Okay, here's the weird part, is that I love Gen 7 and the same thing happened to me.
Yeah, but, like, I was playing, like, Sword and Shield felt like... Aside from the wild zone, or the wild area, whatever that was.
Oh, yeah.
It felt like the most bare bones of any Pokemon game that I've ever played.
I think Gen 6 is actually...
Like, the routes just... They didn't feel like they did anything. It was just like, oh, yeah. It just felt like, here's a way to separate this town from this town. Like, at least with the routes in Gen 6, it kind of felt like, oh, I can go over here, find something. And in Gen 8, it's kind of like...
Yeah.
Are you trying to say the map feels lazy?
It feels barren. It's like it feels like if they had stuck with the wild area, for the whole map,
It would be better.
it would have probably felt better. Because, like, when you... It shows when you go to a regular route.
Well, I hated going through regular routes. They were... All they were was a fountain of trainers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, the regular routes just felt like, yeah, here's how you get from town in the middle of the map to town on the left side.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here's how we're gonna pretend like there's actually, a region here.
Well, because, like, the weird part was that they had explanations for certain areas, like the mine, multiple mines, which felt
so bad, too.
weird. But yeah, everything just felt like a formality. Like, the gym battles were so bombastic that it felt like all you were doing was rushing through routes that weren't really the most interesting thing anyway, just to get to the next gym battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you were doing.
Which is so the opposite of Gen 7.
But yeah, no, like, in every other game, you like to spend time on the routes to find things, because, they put things there.
Well, because...
And then in Gen 8, they're just like, well...
They do put items there.
Well,
yeah, but there's nothing, like, worth finding. It's, like, not like TMs or anything, is it?
There are.
There are.
But then again, they're the new TMs, the ones that are,
TRs?
like... No, the regular TMs, the ones that...
The regular TMs were trash in this
Yeah,
game.
the ones that you can reuse multiple times, they're not Flamethrower anymore.
No.
They're not Thunderbolt.
They're not the
They're
good ones.
Screech.
And Covet. Well,
There are
Covet.
moves that
Charm.
it's like, yeah, that's cool that I can, they're moves that you wouldn't normally use.
Yeah.
Unless you're building a gimmick.
Because they put all the good moves on the TRs.
Yeah, so you had to go, do the raids, find the correct guy in the wild area to give you...
Oh, that's a bitch.
Because it's like, oh yes, I am Hiker Man. Here is Thunderbolt.
They change every fucking day. And sometimes they just won't have a TR. No one will have it. I realized the biggest problem with the routes in Gen 8, because you were saying there's nothing to look for. I realized the biggest problem is the Pokemon that appear. There's no more mystery. There's no reason to run into the grass. You can just look at the fucking grass and decide if you want something or not. Even though there are different Pokemon tables, encounter tables, for the random encounters that can be happening in grass, half the time you're gonna bump into a fucking Pokemon's fat ass. Like,
True.
holy shit, it's so perfect for the wild area, but it ruins the routes. They're nothing.
So what was your pick?
I'm bringing back the hill of Gen 6.
And mine was Gen 3.
Wow.
It's just... Gen 8 is the most bland to me. Like,
Well,
It is bland,
I like
but-
some of the things they did.
oh,
There are other things I like less so.
yeah. Well,
Like-
unfortunately, I've just been convinced of the absolute trash that is the routes in Gen 8, so I'm gonna default to Gen 3.
Well,
I'm gonna bury Gen 6 as bad as I can.
that's absolutely fine. Gen 3 was my next pick for what, rank 7?
Yeah.
It-
that was 8. That was, or,
Gen
that was
3
the 6th.
would have been the 6th one on my list had you guys not put Gen 4 on.
Oh, yeah.
So the next one's our 7th pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what are we looking at? Gen 3 is our 6th.
I'm gonna have the master list, I just realized.
I'm making
My
a
list
list
is
as
confusing
I
the
go.
hell out of me because, like, I had 3 going down for so long, and I'm just like, what the fuck is my pick now?
Yeah. Well,
So now we get to the bottom of the barrel according to us. 6 and 8.
I mean...
And I still
God, 8 is-
contend that 6 is a better game than 8.
My second from the bottom is 5.
Okay, so did 6 rank higher than 8 for you?
Do you guys want to hear my list?
Yes, let's hear your list.
All right, my list right now. This is my list before it got, altered.
This is your pure list.
This is my pure list. 2, 1, 4, 3, 6, 8, 5, 7.
6, 8. Okay. Holy shit. 8's gonna be at the bottom. Because I still like Gen 8 more than I like Gen 6. I feel like Gen 6 was a bigger fumble. It was a bigger fumble. Fuck. The problem is that I was so excited for Gen 6 and it just failed to deliver. Whereas I was prepared for the worst, so when Gen 8 was like not a complete disaster, I think that's what's skewing my view of it. Because I realized like the story in Gen 6 is much better. It's not good.
But there's a story unlike Gen 8.
Holy shit, there is.
Because Gen 8 was literally like, hey, we gotta wake up the Death God and kill him now.
Totally.
Why can't we do it tomorrow? No, now.
It's like
We've got 10,000 years. Now!
And your characters are just like, we just want dinner.
I hate the rival in Gen 8 though.
Oh no, don't say that. Don't say that out loud.
Hop?
Phil, you didn't hear that. Phil didn't hear that. No, Phil.
I meant
Phil, no, don't do it. Don't do it. We're already at 3 hours. We are already at 3 hours. Do not destroy this man for your love of Hop. Do not destroy this man.
I will be succinct. You might not have noticed it because it was subtle in a lot of ways, but Hop actually has some of the best character development of any rival we've ever had. It was more effort than none.
What have I done?
I told you.
I will leave it at that because I will direct you to the Gen 8 video where I go much more in depth and will not talk off these viewers for the second fucking time.
Considering we're at 255?
We are 5 minutes shy of 3 hours.
I can't believe we've been sitting for that.
But
I can.
Here's what I will say. I have been convinced because I've realized that my view is skewed about my interpretations, and I actually did have a lot of fun playing Gen 6 my first time around. And I throw that away because I realized there are problems. But
Gengar is never a problem.
Grounding Gengar was a problem, but that was in Gen 7.
Anyway.
So yeah, I'll go with 6.
Yeah, I'm also in the 6 camp, and I feel like you're also in the 6 camp.
Is that the second from the bottom?
Yeah.
6 above 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because my 6 is higher than 8 for me.
Yeah, no, I finished 6. I played it the second time.
Oh yeah, now 8's gonna be at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yep. I still am contentious about that, but I get it.
To me, I feel like 6 is a better game just because I at least was able to go back to it multiple times as opposed to Gen 8 where I'm still sitting at the point where Swordward and Shieldbert have done a thing.
Well, that's the problem.
And I don't care about the thing that they have done.
I'm realizing I've done at least 2 playthroughs of Gen 6 and Gen 8 because I did both versions.
I mean, I did a Nuzlocke for Gen 6. I don't do Nuzlocks.
I have to admit
You also did one in Gen 7.
No, I did a Wonderlock. That was different.
Okay.
Because I could continually get new Pokemon.
Oh man, my first Nuzlocke was actually in Sapphire.
And I do got to admit that Gigantamax is really like just a discounted version of Mega Evolution.
It
At
really
least it goes
is.
to everyone.
No, Gigantamax does not. Dynamax does.
Oh, but Gigantamax isn't a Mega.
It's a discounted version.
It isn't anywhere close. Because the only thing it does is transform
a form change.
one of your moves.
It's a form change, and it's just a bigger version.
But it doesn't affect stats in any way, shape, or form.
Fair.
And I personally would say I like Gigantamax. I have liked more consistently Gigantamax designs over any Megas.
I don't know. Charizard Gigantamax is trash.
Okay, that is true. But thank God it's Charizard, because
Have you
Charizard
seen Venusaur's?
No.
Venusaur's is pretty
I put 20-some hours.
Blastoise is infinitely better than its Mega.
I'll admit Blastoise Gigantamax is better than its Mega. But
I put 20-some hours into Gen 8. That's how little I cared. I have over 300 in X and Y on one playthrough.
Oh my god.
That's how little I cared about Gen 8. Just maybe it's just it came out at the wrong time.
The thing
maybe there were other games I wanted to play and not Gen 8.
Think about how many Gen 8 Pokemon got Gigantamax forms.
Which is great.
Look at how many Gen 6 Pokemon got Mega Evolutions.
Yeah, because fan service. Fuck you. Honestly, Mega Evolution was an attempt to combat power creep. Gigantamax is not. They serve different functions in the metagame.
Okay, so Mewtwo's base stats is like, what, 720?
Yeah.
And it's Mega
680.
820.
680.
And then it's 780, right? In Mega?
Yeah.
Because 720 is Arceus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Luckily, he didn't get a Mega. God forbid.
Oh, he should have got something. God, he's so boring.
Well, he is.
I am the most well-rounded.
Would you be more intimidated by a Mewtwo or an Arceus?
Mewtwo. But that's because of the movie.
I mean, they do portray Mewtwo to, be like semi-competent as opposed to Arceus. I think they're just like,
well, because Arceus is just God. Arceus isn't going to fight you. Because Arceus is above that. Mewtwo is an asshole. Mewtwo has been described as having vicious tendencies.
See, here's the thing. There's a guy in Conquest whose entire plan is to kill God. So, I mean, like, he's
God,
killable.
But God wasn't going to fight him before then. So
he totally was.
No.
And then he was going to get his ass kicked by fucking Rayquaza.
No. But what I'm saying is, like, Arceus isn't picking fights. Mewtwo would pick fights.
No, Arceus was going to show up. He's like, oh man, you conquered all 17 regions and
I don't know, man.
You conquered all 17 kingdoms in a region that looks suspiciously like me?
Mewtwo saw Ash turn to stone and saw all those Pokemon cry, and then he's like, you know what? Maybe these humans are alright.
I'm taking my cloned pals and we're leaving. Goodbye.
Well, here's the crazy part. Did you know in the Japanese version, Mew's also an asshole?
Well, yeah, I mean,
yeah, he's hiding under a truck. He's hiding under a truck.
No. I'm talking like